हेलो सर। गौरव सर।
हाँ बोला सर।
रोल नंबर वन प्रेजेंट सर, प्रेजेंट सर. आता जॉइन
ओके।
झालं.
यस, रोल नंबर 48।
सर.
नमस्कार सर.
हेलो, नमस्कार।
नमस्कार मॅडम.
Namaskar, namaskar, sir. So our resource person is here. I request the participants to please give the introduction.
Yes, madam. Wait 2 minutes only. Okay.
ओके ओके, रोल नंबर 48, प्लीज रीड द बायोडा।
हॅलो.
येस येस, राईट, आवाज येतो सर.
सर आवाज येतोय ना?
हा, येतो येतो.
ओके सर. गुड आफ्टरनून ऑल ऑफ पार्टिसिपेंट. मैं परमिशन चाहता हूँ कि मैं हिंदी में बातचीत कर सकता हूँ. अभी अपने जो रिसोर्स पर्सन है प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर देवेंद्र समाधान इंग्लिश सर, इनका मैं परिचय करने जा रहा हूँ। ये तो हमारे जलगांव जिले से बिलोंग करते हैं। मुंजी जेटा कॉलेज जलगांव, ये इंचार्ज फैकल्टी आर्ट ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी, द डायरेक्टर ऑफ स्कूल साइंस मुंजी जेटा जलगांव कॉलेज से है। सर एज अ एचओडी एंड एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ हिस्ट्री मुंजी जेटा कॉलेज। और उनका वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है, वो वर्किंग में एग्जीक्यूटिव एडिटर, कार्यकारी संपादक है, परिवर्तनवाद स्वरूप नाम करके जो एक मैगजीन आता है उसके वो संपादक है। उसके बाद यूजीसी केयर लिस्ट में उनका मराठी जर्नल पब्लिश है पुणे में। बाद में क्वालिफिकेशन एमए हिस्ट्री, सेट नेट, एमए इंडोलॉजी, बीजे बैचलर ऑफ जर्नलिज्म। एक इनका क्वालिफिकेशन भी है। टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस सर को अंडर ग्रेजुएशन 22 इयर्स का और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन 22 इयर्स का है। और उनका एरिया रिसर्च एंड स्पेशल इंटरेस्टेड में सोशल हिस्ट्री, हिस्टोरियोलॉजी, अम्बेडकर स्टडीज, बुद्धिज्म, नेशनलिज्म में रिसर्च किया है। उनका वर्क एक्सपीरियंस देखा जाए तो डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर स्टडी सेंटर एमजे कॉलेज जलगांव कोऑर्डिनेटर रह चुके हैं सर। यूजीसी ग्रांटेड अंडर द स्कीम ऑफ मेकिंग अस सोशल थिंकर्स एंड इंडियन, ग्रांटेड बाय यूजीसी न्यू दिल्ली। मेंबर ऑफ बोर्ड स्टडीज बुद्धिस्ट हिस्टोरिकल नॉर्थ महाराष्ट्र यूनिवर्सिटी जलगांव 2011 से 14 तक वो मेंबर रह चुके हैं। उसके बाद में अम्बेडकर थॉट्स केबीसीएनए में जलगांव 2011 से 14 में वो बोर्ड मेंबर रह चुके हैं। उसके बाद में मेंबर ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव कमेटी हिस्ट्री फ्रॉम बाल भारती पुणे 2010 से 15 तक उसके मेंबर थे। कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर यूजीसी ग्रांटेड एमजे कॉलेज के वो कोऑर्डिनेटर है। उसके बाद उन्होंने उनके लाइफ मेंबरशिप है, इंडियन हिस्टोरिकल कांग्रेस लाइफ मेंबरशिप है, प्रगति इतिहास परिषद एडवाइजर भी रह चुके हैं, महाराष्ट्र इतिहास परिषद लाइफ मेंबर है। उनका एकेडमिक पार्टिसिपेंट ऑन द इंटरनेशनल लेवल, ऑर्गेनाइज द स्पेशल सेशन ऑन द इनॉग्रेशन कास्ट इकोनॉमी, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी हिस्ट्री कांग्रेस जो साउथ अफ्रीका में हुआ था उसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया है। प्रेजेंटेड रिसर्च पेपर है हिस्टोरियोग्राफी ऑफ कास्ट ऑफ इकोनॉमी इन इंडियन स्पेशल सेशन ऑन द इनॉग्रेशन 14 वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी हिस्ट्री, उसमें भी पार्टिसिपेट किया है साउथ अफ्रीका में जुलाई 2012 में। उसके बाद इंटरनेशनल कांग्रेस हिस्टोरिकल साइंस। हेलो, हेलो,
ऑडिबल सर, ऑडिबल.
येतोय सर आवाज.
येतोय ना आवाज सर?
हो हो.
ओके. इंटरनेशनल कांग्रेस हिस्टोरिकल साइंस नेदरलैंड यूनिवर्सिटी से उन्होंने उनका उधर
हाँ बोला सर, बोला.
उसमें पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन किया है। ज्वाइंटली ऑथराइज द पेपर टेस्ट ऑफ प्रेजेंटेड स्प्लिटिंग रिलीजन ऑफ इंडिया हेल्ड ऑन जेसिस कॉलेज ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी यूके में भी प्रेजेंटेशन है। पब्लिकेशन में वेब लिंक उनने दिए हैं, उनके बुक पब्लिश है। और डिस्कस ऑन द ऑर्गेनाइन 2004 में उनका एक बुक पब्लिश है। और अदर इसके अलावा भी पेपर्स आर्टिकल रिव्यू में मोर देन 50 पेपर्स आर्टिकल्स रिव्यूज पब्लिश इन वेरियस रिसर्च जर्नल्स एंड न्यूज़पेपर लाइक मैगजीन हिस्टोरिकल रिव्यूज, नव भारत, विद सातारा। और उसके अलावा बहुत से पेपर और बुक इनका है। तो इतना परिचय मैं सर का दे चुका हूँ। सर हमारे जलगांव जिले से है, मुलजी जेठा कॉलेज एमजे कॉलेज करके जलगांव में कॉलेज है, उसमें एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर एज अ डायरेक्टर डिपार्टमेंट हेड रह चुके हैं। ठीक है, धन्यवाद सर। हेलो,
Hello, धन्यवाद sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahajan. Now I
ओके,
request
थैंक यू।
Dr. Ingle to please commence his lecture.
Hello, am I audible?
जी sir.
Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon,
First of all, I want to express my gratitude and to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University's Academic Staff College and the organizer and coordinator of this refresher course and the fellow participants. Today I am going to deliver my presentation on the subject of Indian knowledge system, and the title of my presentation is IKS through the lenses of universality. Indian knowledge system, भारतीय ज्ञान व्यवस्था जिसे हम कहते हैं, भारतीय ज्ञान व्यवस्था के तरफ हम वैश्विक दृष्टिकोण से किस तरह से देखना चाहिए और किस तरह से देख सकते हैं, इस विषय पर मैं चंद बातें यहाँ पर आपके साथ साझा करना चाहता हूँ। उससे पहले may I request to the technical assistant to share my PPT.
फिर वो आपके पास आपके सिस्टम में होगा पीपीटी शेयर करने के लिए ऑप्शन नहीं है सर उसमें।
Yes, there is an option.
यस राइट सर, नीचे देखिए
Share
वो
screen.
पार्टिसिपेंट के बाजू में चैट, उसमें शेयर दिया है तो पांच नंबर का देखो सर,
Share
शेयर।
screen. Share
यस राइट,
screen.
हाँ।
Okay. हाँ.
सबसे पहले क्या है, पीपीटी ओपन कर लीजिए सर फाइल। ओके, यस राइट सर,
I agree. Okay.
इसको साइड शो कर दीजिए सर।
Is it visible properly?
Yes
Yes,
sir,
sir.
it is visible. You can continue.
Okay. IKS through the lenses of universality. In recent years, since 2014, many changes are there coming into the field of higher education, and our government took the initiative to introduce these changes in higher education, and as a part of that changes, Indian government recommended to implement and start the national education policy in all the colleges and the universities. And as a part of that national education policy, government took a special emphasis on the implementation of the paper like Indian knowledge system in the higher education. Government has published one document on this subject as a guidelines for incorporating Indian knowledge in higher education curricula. And from this document, we can understand what the policy makers are thinking about the upcoming changes in higher education. What changes are they want to implement in higher education, and what are the motives and the philosophical basis of these changes in the higher education. Now my presentation is on Indian knowledge system. On Indian knowledge system, the policymakers and the UGC recommended that the heritage of ancient and eternal Indian knowledge system and thought has been a guiding light for this policy. The pursuit of knowledge, in bracket Gyan, wisdom in bracket Pragya, and truth in bracket Satya, was always considered in Indian thought and philosophy as the highest human goal. I am reading what policymakers have mentioned in this document. The Indian education system produced great scholars such as Charaka, Susruta, Aryabhatta, Varaha Mihira, Bhaskaracharya, Brahmagupta, Chanakya, Chakrapani, Madhava, Panini, Patanjali, Nagarjuna, Gautama, Pingala, Shankaradev, Maitreyi, Gargi, Tiruvullar, among numerous others who made seminal contributions to world knowledge in diverse fields such as mathematics, astronomy, metallurgy, medical science, and surgery, civil engineering, architecture, shipbuilding and navigation, yoga, fine arts, and more. Indian culture and philosophy have had a strong influence on the world. These rich legacies to world heritage must be nurtured and preserved for prosperity and researched, enhanced, and put to new uses through our education system. न्यू एजुकेशन सिस्टम के अंतर्गत भारतीय ज्ञान व्यवस्था का जो विषय है वो इंट्रोड्यूस करने के पीछे पॉलिसी मेकर्स की, यूजीसी की क्या सोच है, और वो इस तरह का पाठ्यक्रम हायर एजुकेशन में इंट्रोड्यूस करते वक्त क्या चाहते हैं और उनकी क्या भूमिका है, ये यहाँ पे संक्षेप में उन्होंने मेंशन किया है ये पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट के आरंभ में ही। लेकिन इस प्रेजेंटेशन में मैं जो बात चाहता हूं कि व्हाट इज मीन बाय द नॉलेज सिस्टम इन रियल सेंस, और उसी के साथ कुछ मेरी ओर से मैं सवाल भी उपस्थित करना चाहता हूं, और मुझे लगता है कि आपके भी जहन में शायद इस तरह के सवाल हो सकते हैं। बेसिकली नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की जो चीज है वो क्या नेशन स्पेसिफिक हो सकती है क्या? इज इट ए नेशन स्पेसिफिक फेनोमेना और इज इट ए यूनिवर्सल फेनोमेना? जब हम नॉलेज सिस्टम की बात करते हैं और अगर पूरी मानव सभ्यता हम अगर हमारे सोच में लाते हैं, मानव सभ्यता का अगर हम विचार करते हैं, तो ज्ञान के जो भी क्षेत्र है और जितने भी ज्ञान के क्षेत्र है, यानी नॉलेज डिसिप्लिन्स, तो ये नॉलेज डिसिप्लिन का जो विकास हुआ है इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ नॉलेज डिसिप्लिन्स, each and every corner of the world and the human civilization had been contributed immensely. सारे ही सभ्यताओं का योगदान है जब हम सोचते हैं एक वैश्विक ज्ञान व्यवस्था के बारे में। और किसी भी क्षेत्र का ज्ञान लो आप, किसी भी क्षेत्र का, किसी भी क्षेत्र का ज्ञान वो सिर्फ नेशन स्पेसिफिक नहीं हो सकता है, वो यूनिवर्सल ही होता है, क्योंकि उस ज्ञान का विस्तार और विकास जो है उस प्रक्रिया में सारे ही सभ्यताओं का, सारे ही संस्कृतियों का, धर्मों का और विश्व के सारे मानव समूहों का सदियों से योगदान रहा है। यानी हजारों लाखों साल से जो मानवीय सभ्यता चलती आ रही है, तो कई सारी चीजें हैं कि जिसे हम फूड कल्चर बोलते हैं। फूड कल्चर नाम की जो चीज है, तो कौन सा फूड किसने खोज के निकाला है, और किसी ने अगर खोज के निकाला है तो उसको हम क्या नेशन स्पेसिफिक कह सकते हैं क्या? तो बिल्कुल नहीं कह सकते। जो फूड कल्चर है हमारा, वो साझा है, वो सामूहिक है, और वो संपूर्ण मानव प्रजाति का और अखिल मानव सभ्यता का उसमें योगदान रहा है, और वो अखिल मानव सभ्यता से ही बिलोंग करता है। जिस तरह से फूड कल्चर है, उसी तरह से अगर फिजिक्स लेते हैं, केमिस्ट्री है, स्पेस साइंस है, मैथमेटिक्स है, ये सारी ज्ञान शाखाओं का आज तक जो विकास साध्य हुआ है, उस विकास क्रम में पूरे विश्व के सभी देशों के, सभी सभ्यताओं के लोगों का, संशोधकों का योगदान रहा है। इसलिए सबसे पहले बात तो यह है कि नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की जो चीज होती है वो नेशन स्पेसिफिक नहीं होती है। अगर होती है तो वो कुछ सीमित अर्थ में होती है। देयर आर लिमिटेशंस व्हाइल वी आर थिंकिंग अबाउट द नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम। तो शुरुआत हम करते हैं, वी आर बिगिनिंग फ्रॉम द asking the question, what is a knowledge system? According to Webster's dictionary, to know is to hold something in one's mind as true or as being what it purport to be. This implies a sound logical or factual basis. It also means to be convinced of. By extension, knowledge refers to the fact or condition of knowing something with familiarity gained through experience or association. Accordingly, what is known is that which is generally recognized. We extend this standard view of knowledge to take into account a cluster of understanding that we refer to as a knowledge system. Thus, we define knowledge system as an organized structure and dynamic processes. दो चीजें यहाँ पे, ऑर्गेनाइज स्ट्रक्चर एंड डायनामिक प्रोसेस। नॉलेज सिस्टम के जितनी वो एक ऑर्गेनाइज, एक सुव्यवस्थित संरचना है, उसी के साथ उतनी ही वो एक गतिशील प्रक्रिया भी है। और जब हम एक संरचित व्यवस्था और एक गतिमान प्रक्रिया के तौर पर नॉलेज सिस्टम की तरफ देखते हैं, तो पाते हैं कि उसमें से उभर कर जो नॉलेज सिस्टम सामने आती है, तो वो यहाँ पे मैंने थोड़ा सा इलेबोरेट किया है। ABCDE। ए, A dynamic process is generating and representing content, components, classes, or types of knowledge that is domain specific or characterized by domain relevant features as defined by the user or consumer, reinforced by a set of logical relationships that connect the content of knowledge to its value, enhanced by a set of iterative processes that enable the evolution, revision, adaptation, and advancement of knowledge and subject to criteria of relevance, reliability, and quality. The sociology डिक्शनरी जो है वो नॉलेज सिस्टम के बारे में जो डेफिनेशन देती है, द डेफिनेशन गिवन बाय द sociology dictionary. Knowledge system, what is meant by knowledge system? The knowledge system are structured ways of creating, sharing, and validating knowledge within a society. These systems encompasses cultural beliefs, scientific understanding, educational practices, and local wisdom, forming the foundation through which societies interpret the world. Sociologically, knowledge systems are crucial for shaping power dynamics as they determine whose knowledge is valued and legitimized. The sociology dictionary ने जो व्याख्या की है ज्ञान व्यवस्था के संदर्भ में, उसमें उन्होंने जो स्पष्टता बात लिखी है, जो बात उन्होंने स्पष्ट की है कि इसमें कुछ सांस्कृतिक धारणाएं आती है, वैज्ञानिक आकलन होता है, शैक्षणिक प्रवाह और जिसे हम शिक्षण व्यवहार एजुकेशनल प्रैक्टिसेस, और उसी के साथ एक लोकल विजडम एंड फॉर्मिंग द फाउंडेशन थ्रू विच सोसाइटीज इंटरप्रेट द वर्ल्ड। और इन सबको मिलाकर एक पर्टिकुलर सोसाइटी जब दुनिया को समझने की कोशिश करती है, टू इंटरप्रेट द वर्ल्ड, दुनिया को समझना, टू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द वर्ल्ड, व्हाट इट इज एंड हाउ इट इज। तो ये एक सवाल रहा है मानवीय सभ्यता के साथ शुरुआती दौर से कि ये जिसे हम वर्ल्ड कहते हैं, मराठी में जला जग असं म्हणतात, की दुनिया, ये विश्व क्या है, क्यों है, ये कहां से निर्माण हुआ है, इसका प्रयोजन क्या है, और ये समझने की कोशिश शुरुआत से एकदम आरंभ से ही मानवीय सभ्यता ने की है, और अपने अपने तौर पर उन्होंने इसका एक आंसर देने की भी कोशिश की है कि ये विश्व क्या है, इस सवाल का। और ये बेसिक सवाल रहा है, और विश्व क्या है और विश्व कैसा है। हमारे आजू बाजू में जो भी एक मटेरियल एंड कल्चरल वर्ल्ड है, हमारे आजू बाजू में जो भी एक पूरा एक नेचर है, तो इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी होती कि जिसका अर्थ हमें पहले पता नहीं था, और बाद में साइंटिफिक डेवलपमेंट के बाद रीजनिंग और साइंटिफिक मेथोडोलॉजी के साथ लोगों ने उसका अर्थ खोजने की कोशिश की। शुरुआती दौर में ये भी पता नहीं था कि बारिश क्यों होती है। बारिश होती है क्योंकि भगवान की मर्जी है, ईश्वर की मर्जी है। तो ऐसा तो ये उन्होंने अपना एक खोजने की कोशिश की कि बारिश क्यों होती है, लेकिन जब साइंटिफिक डेवलपमेंट हुआ तब पता चला कि बारिश क्यों होती है, मानसून कहाँ से आता है। यानी साइंटिफिक रीजनिंग का विकास, विज्ञान का विकास जो है वो हमें सत्य की ओर लेकर गया। और जब हमारे पास एक साइंटिफिक रीजनिंग नहीं था, साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट नहीं था, उस समय हमने इन सवालों के जो उत्तर खोजे थे वो पारलौकिक थे। और उन जब हमें उसका सही उत्तर नहीं मिला तो हमने उसको पारलौकिकता के ऊपर या किसी अदृश्य शक्ति के ऊपर उसको सौंप दिया और एक अदृश्य ऐसी कोई शक्ति की कल्पना की गई। लेकिन सोशियोलॉजिकली हम जब इन सारे समस्याओं की तरफ देखते हैं तो हम पाते हैं कि ये नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की जो चीज है, यहाँ पे उन्होंने स्पष्ट किया है कि सोशियोलॉजिकली नॉलेज सिस्टम आर क्रुशियल फॉर शेपिंग पावर डायनामिक्स एज दे डिटरमाइन हुज नॉलेज इज वैल्यूड एंड लेजिटिमाइज। किसका ज्ञान, किसकी ज्ञान व्यवस्था ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण है और ज्यादा लेजिटिमाइज है, ये पावर डायनामिक्स पे डिपेंड करता है। ये सोशियोलॉजिकल इसका आंसर है। लेकिन मैंने जो पहले बात कही थी कि सारे ही विचार प्रवाह जो है वो अगर सत्य की खोज करने जाते हैं तो जो सत्य प्रमाणित है उसी को तो हम सत्य मान सकते हैं ना। तो पावर डायनामिक्स तो होता ही है, लेकिन उसके उसके बियॉन्ड दैट, बियॉन्ड द पावर डायनामिक्स देयर इज ए देयर आर द पॉसिबिलिटीज ऑफ अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ। और उसकी खोज करने की कोशिश हमेशा विज्ञान द्वारा होती रही है। ये पावर डायनामिक्स जिसे हम जो यहाँ पे बात निकली है, तो जब यहाँ पे कॉलोनाइजर्स आए हिंदुस्तान में एंड ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ कॉलोनियलिज्म, दे ये सारे जो कॉलोनाइजर्स थे उन्होंने अपने साथ यहाँ पर भारत में उन्होंने जो वहाँ पे ज्ञान विकसित किया था, यूरोपियन रेनेसां से जो ज्ञान उन्होंने विकसित किया था, वो सारा ज्ञान वो लोग अपने साथ यहाँ पर लेकर आए। और उन्होंने उसको कहा कि दिस इज आवर सिविलाइजेशन प्रोजेक्ट, ऐसा उन्होंने कहा कि हम भारत जैसे कॉलोनीज में आए हैं और यहाँ पर हम जो असंस्कृत लोग हैं उनको सुसंस्कृत और सभ्य बनाने के लिए यहाँ पे हम आए हैं, ऐसा उन्होंने कहा। ये उनका एक कॉलोनियल बायस था, एक वसाहतिक या औपनिवेशिक पूर्वग्रह जिसे कह सकते हैं। तो उस औपनिवेशिक पूर्वग्रह के वजह से उन्होंने कहा कि आप सब लोग क्या है, आप बार्बेरियंस हो, आप असंस्कृत हो, आपको सभ्यता पता नहीं है। और हमने यहाँ पे सभ्यता, संस्कृति क्या होती है वो मैसेज लेकर हम लोग यहाँ पे आए हैं। वी आर द मैसेंजर sent by the God himself. We are the chosen people and chosen by God himself. And वो ईश्वर ने हमारे कंधों के ऊपर एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी है कि इन असंस्कृत लोगों के पास जाओ और उनको सुसंस्कृत बनाओ। और फिर उन्होंने यहाँ पे जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम खड़ी की, तो इसमें ये जो एक उनका कॉलोनियल एटीट्यूड है वो क्या है, वो पावर डायनामिक्स के साथ आया है कि पावर उनके पास थी और उन्होंने बताया कि हम जो बताएंगे वही सभ्यता है, वही संस्कृति है और यही सही है। ये बात सही थी कि पावर डायनामिक्स के साथ उन्होंने अपनी एजुकेशनल सिस्टम यहाँ पे खड़ी की। लेकिन वो जो एजुकेशनल सिस्टम ब्रिटिशों ने यहाँ पे खड़ी की, दैट वाज द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ यूरोपियन रेनेसा एंड द मॉडर्निटी। आधुनिकता और यूरोप का जो रेनेसा था उसमें से विकसित हुई एक शिक्षण व्यवस्था, एक शिक्षा प्रणाली उन्होंने यहाँ पे इंट्रोड्यूस की, और उस वजह से और उस माध्यम से जो शिक्षा प्रणाली कॉलोनाइजर्स और कॉलोनियल रूलर्स ने यहाँ पर इंट्रोड्यूस की थी, उस शिक्षा प्रणाली द्वारा उन्होंने यहाँ पर एक वेस्टर्न नॉलेज सिस्टम को थोप दिया। उसमें उनके कॉलोनियल इंटरेस्ट जरूर थे, लेकिन ये पूरी नॉलेज सिस्टम मॉडर्न होने की वजह से, आधुनिक होने की वजह से, उसका आधार विज्ञान और बुद्धि प्रामाण्यवाद होने की वजह से इस शिक्षा प्रणाली ने भारत में राष्ट्रीय स्वतंत्रता संग्राम को भी और यहाँ के सामाजिक और धार्मिक सुधारणाओं का भी पुरस्कार किया, और उसको उन्होंने चालना देने का काम किया। ये हम नहीं भूल सकते। मैंने ये बात इसलिए कही कि ये यहाँ पे हम टकराव देखते हैं। एक तरफ है वेस्टर्न नॉलेज सिस्टम, और उस वेस्टर्न नॉलेज सिस्टम यहाँ पर आने के बाद भारत में, हिंदुस्तान में जो प्रतिक्रियाएं उमड़ी, जो प्रतिक्रियाएं सामने आई, तो कई सारी प्रतिक्रिया थी। राष्ट्रवाद जो खड़ा हुआ, वो राष्ट्रवाद में भी कई सारी धाराएं थी, और एक धारा ऐसी थी राष्ट्रवाद की कि जिन्होंने कहा ऐसा यहाँ के राष्ट्रवादी प्रवाह का कहना था। यानी कई सारे लेखकों का नाम मैं दे सकता हूं। मूलतः ये इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, ये जो वर्ड है, ये जो टर्म है, ये जो कॉइन की गई है, बेसिकली इट वाज द reactionary term, and that reaction was against the colonial rule and colonial knowledge system। और वो colonial knowledge system को नकारने के लिए यहाँ पे कहा गया है इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम। और उस तरह का ज्ञान के बारे में विवेचना फिर हम परमहंस और योगी अरविंद घोष, विवेकानंद स्वामी और दयानंद सरस्वती, इनके लेखों में हम उस तरह की एक विचारधारा पाते हैं, जिसमें उन्होंने स्पष्टतः कहा है कि जो वेस्टर्न नॉलेज सिस्टम है, इट इज मटीरियलिस्टिक, और वो मटीरियल सेंट्रिक है। और जो पौर्वात्य ज्ञान परंपरा है, जो भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा है, वो सिर्फ मटेरियलिस्टिक ना होते हुए वो उससे भी एक उच्चतर ध्येय अपने सामने रखती है। और मृत्युपरांत जीवन, और मृत्युपरांत जीवन का भी उसमें विचार है, मोक्ष प्राप्ति का विचार है, जो इस भौतिक जगत से भी ऊपर का ध्येय है। और इसलिए पौर्वात्य ज्ञान परंपरा का जो ध्येय है वो पश्चिमी ज्ञान परंपरा से श्रेष्ठ है, ऐसा विवेकानंद स्वामी का और दयानंद सरस्वती जी और योगी अरविंद घोष और उस विचारधारा का ये कहना था। तो ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, और एक पावर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट था। बाद में भारत को स्वतंत्रता मिली, हमारे यहाँ पे एक शिक्षा प्रणाली विकसित हुई, और अभी हम कई दशकों का सफर करने के बाद फिर से भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के नाम से हायर एजुकेशन में एक नया पाठ्यक्रम यूजीसी ने अभी इंट्रोड्यूस किया है। तो इसके भी कुछ अपने, इसके पॉलिटिकल मायने भी कुछ है, और एक नॉलेज पॉलिटिक्स भी उसमें हम देखते हैं। तो अब जब सवाल था पश्चिमी ज्ञान परंपरा का और भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा का। तो उस समय में पश्चिमी ज्ञान परंपरा के साथ उस समय का पावर स्ट्रक्चर खड़ा था, कॉलोनियल रूल खड़ा था। आज हम स्वतंत्र हैं और स्वतंत्र सार्वभौम देश होने के नाते पिछले 7 दशकों से हमने जो आज तक यात्रा की है वो बहुत आश्वासक यात्रा है हमारी। लेकिन इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम के अंडर द बैनर एंड द टाइटल ऑफ इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, जो सिलेबस, जो पाठ्यक्रम हमने इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, उस पाठ्यक्रम का जब हम एक ब्रॉडली, जिसे हम क्रिटिकल व्यू कह सकते हैं, क्रिटिकली जब हम उसके तरफ देखते हैं, तो क्रिटिक तो होना ही चाहिए। और क्रिटिक और आर्ग्यूमेंट की एक प्रदीर्घ परंपरा भारत में रही है, और क्रिटिक और आर्ग्यूमेंट के और डिबेट के वजह से ही किसी भी ज्ञान का विकास और विस्तार की संभावनाएं बनी रहती है। अगर क्रिटिक ना हो, अगर चिकित्सा ना हो, तो ज्ञान का विकास और उसकी विकास की संभाव्यता जो है वो वहीं पे रुक जाती है। इसलिए क्रिटिक जरूरी है। और जब हम हायर एजुकेशन में अगर है, तो हायर एजुकेशन में तो ये सबसे अहम बनता है कि we should have to ask the critical questions to the system and the syllabus which we are teaching now in our classrooms also. With this position, I'm asking some questions here in my presentation. कि dominant knowledge system, often informed by Western scientific norms, tend to marginalize the indigenous or alternative knowledge forms. These systems are deeply intertwined with institutions like schools, governments, and media, which influence what is recognized as truth. Studying knowledge systems helps sociologists understand how cultural biases, power relations, and historical context impact the production and distribution of knowledge, thus affecting social development, policy making, and group identities. इसी संदर्भ में जब हम इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम और कंटेम्पररी इंडियन सिनेरियो इसका विचार करते हैं, तो फिर आज का पावर पॉलिटिक्स क्या है, और उस पावर पॉलिटिक्स में, पावर रिलेशंस में ये जो नॉलेज सिस्टम को लेकर जो एक पॉलिटिक्स खड़ा हो रहा है, उसके मायने क्या है, ये सोचने की ज्यादा जरूरत है, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। एंड कंसिडरिंग दिस बैकग्राउंड, आई वांट टू स्पेसिफाई some points here that क्या हम नॉलेज सिस्टम को नेशन स्पेसिफिक मान सकते हैं, और अगर मान सकते हैं तो उसकी मर्यादा क्या है, on what limits we can think about the nation specific knowledge systems, और नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम और दूसरी ओर एक यूनिवर्सलिटी जो है, तो इसमें क्या अंतर संबंध है, उसके और मैं आपका उस प्रश्न के और उस समस्या के और मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहता हूं। नॉलेज कैन बी बोथ नेशन स्पेसिफिक एंड यूनिवर्सल डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ इट्स फॉर्म एंड शेयर्ड। नेशन स्पेसिफिक knowledge means local knowledge. This refers to insights, traditions, and practices rooted in a particular culture or region. It is very much self-explanatory statement. Examples: Ayurvedic medicine in India, indigenous farming techniques in Africa, और जापानीज टी सेरेमनीज, वो उनके कल्चर का पार्ट है। जापानीज टी सेरेमनीज अगर हम देखते हैं तो उनके कल्चर से आई हुई एक वो ट्रेडिशन है। अफ्रीका में जिस तरह की खेती होती है वो उनकी अपनी इंडिजिनियस टेक्निक्स है, और उसी तरह से जिस आयुर्वेदिक जिसे हम आयुर्वेदा कहते हैं, उस आयुर्वेदा का किस तरह से विकास भारत में हुआ है, और भारत में उसको आयुर्वेदा प्रैक्टिशनर्स को भी परमिट किया गया है फॉर मेडिकल प्रैक्टिस। लेकिन भारत के बाहर या पश्चिमी जगत में, यूरोप में या अमेरिका में आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन को वहाँ के मेडिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की मान्यताएं नहीं है, इसलिए वो हमारे यहाँ की लोकल मेडिसिन प्रैक्टिस बोल के उसको मान्यता मिली हुई है। तो नेशन स्पेसिफिक या लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम जब होती है तो उसके अपने कुछ विशिष्ट उसकी अपनी कुछ विशिष्टताएं होती है, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती है। इट इज पास डाउन थ्रू जनरेशन। वो सदियों से और पीढ़ियों से चली आई एक परंपरा से जुड़ा हुआ नॉलेज होता है, ज्ञान परंपरा होती है। इट इज क्लोजली टाइड टू लोकल एनवायरमेंट, बिलीफ्स एंड कस्टम्स। स्थानिक या नेशन स्पेसिफिक ज्ञान परंपरा में जो भी ज्ञान व्यवस्था है, जो भी ज्ञान है, वो उस स्थानिक पर्यावरण में स्थानिक धारणाओं और स्थानिक स्थानिक रूढ़ी प्रथा परंपराओं के साथ उसका जुड़ाव होता है। उन परंपराओं से, उन धारणाओं से और उस परिस्थिति या उस एनवायरमेंट से विभक्त करके, अलग करके हम उस नॉलेज सिस्टम को नहीं समझ सकते। अगर वो नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम हमको समझ लेनी है तो उसी के साथ वो लोकल एनवायरनमेंट क्या है, वहाँ के बिलीफ्स क्या है और कस्टम्स क्या है, इन सारी चीजों के साथ हमें उसका अर्थ समझना पड़ता है। एंड इट इज ऑफन प्रैक्टिकल एंड एक्सपीरियंशियल। वो ये जो ज्ञान होता है लोकल या नेशन स्पेसिफिक, वो हमेशा एक व्यावहारिक संदर्भ में ही उसका एक महत्व होता है। सिद्धांत के तौर पे, हाँ, जिस तरह के सिद्धांत हम भौतिकी विज्ञान में पाते हैं, रसायन शास्त्र हो या मेडिकल साइंस या स्पेस साइंस में जिस तरह का एक थेरोटिकल नॉलेज होता है, उसके कुछ अपने प्रिंसिपल्स होते हैं, तो उस तरह के प्रिंसिपल्स या थेरीज नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम में या लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम में उनका अभाव होता है, और वो ज्यादा तौर पर प्रैक्टिकल और एक्सपीरियंशियल तौर पे ही लागू होते हैं या उसको हम समझ सकते हैं। तो ये उसकी कुछ अपनी मर्यादाएं भी होती है। कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू दैट, यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की जो चीज है, दिस इज knowledge that transcends borders and cultures, nations and seas and continents also. Universal knowledge system. I am not talking about Western knowledge system only. Right? We are talking about the universal knowledge system. That means I want to say the universal knowledge system जो है उसमें it is umbrella term and it is encompasses by all the local and nation specific knowledge systems. वो चीन की परंपरा, ज्ञान परंपरा हो, जापान की ज्ञान परंपरा हो सकता है, या ऑस्ट्रेलियन ज्ञान परंपरा हो, या कैनेडियन ज्ञान परंपरा हो, या अमेरिकन ज्ञान परंपरा हो। मैं ऐसा जब कह रहा हूं तो आप कुछ लोग जरूर हंस रहे होंगे, क्योंकि आपने आज तक ये नहीं सुना होगा और मैंने भी कभी नहीं सुना था कि अमेरिकन नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की कोई चीज हमने आज तक सुनी है। या ऑस्ट्रेलियन नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की कोई चीज आज तक सुनी है हमने? या ब्रिटेन नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की चीज सुनी है? या फ्रेंच नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की कोई चीज सुनी है? तो मुझे नहीं लगता किसी ने ये सुना होगा। जापानीज ट्रेडिशन हो सकती है, चाइनीज ट्रेडिशन हो सकती है, इंडियन ट्रेडिशन हो सकती है, लेकिन नॉलेज सिस्टम ये जो है ना चीज, तो नॉलेज हमेशा जेन्युइनली वो यूनिवर्सल ही होता है। नॉलेज ये कभी भी नेशन स्पेसिफिक और लोकलाइज नहीं होता है। किसी भी क्षेत्र का ज्ञान लो, वो ज्ञान हमेशा यूनिवर्सल होता है, और अगर वो यूनिवर्सल है तो ही वो नॉलेज या ज्ञान कहने के पात्र है, लायक है। तो हमारे यहाँ पे नॉलेज के लिए बहुत सारी संज्ञाएं प्रयोग में लाई जाती है। उदाहरणार्थ विद्या, ज्ञान और अन्य भी कई संकल्पनाएं हैं। लेकिन विद्या का तंतोतंत अर्थ नॉलेज नहीं, और नॉलेज का तंतोतंत अर्थ विद्या नहीं। विद्या में परा और अपरा विद्या है। लेकिन जिसे हम नॉलेज कहते हैं, तो नॉलेज उसी को कहते हैं कि जो अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ की तरफ जाता है, ज्यादा से सत्य के ज्यादा से ज्यादा नजदीक, जो हम एहसास कर सकते हैं, प्रैक्टिकली अनुभव कर सकते हैं, प्रयोग के द्वारा, प्रैक्टिकल के द्वारा सिद्ध कर सकते हैं, प्रूव कर सकते हैं, उसी से आया हुआ जो नॉलेज है उसी को प्रमाण माना जाता है, और वो यूनिवर्सल होता है। अगर हम न्यूटन के उसने जो 3 लॉज ऑफ मोशन जो कहा है आइजैक न्यूटन ने, वो it could not be considered as a part of British knowledge system. आइजैक न्यूटन ने जो प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मोशन दिया है, जो 3 प्रिंसिपल्स उसने कहे हैं, वो तो यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम का पार्ट है, वो नेशन स्पेसिफिक नहीं है। थॉमस अल्वा एडिसन या मार्कोनी या माइकल फेराडे जिसने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की खोज की, वो अमेरिकन लेबोरेटरी में उसने खोज की है, समझो। तो वो क्या अमेरिकन नॉलेज सिस्टम का पार्ट हुआ क्या? बिल्कुल नहीं, वो यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम का पार्ट है। और इसी तरह से आज तक ज्ञान और विज्ञान का विकास हुआ है। कई सारी चीजें हैं, उदाहरणार्थ स्पेक्ट्स, ग्लास, कांच जिसे हम कहते हैं, इट इज द इन्वेंशन मेड बाय चाइनीज। कागज नाम की चीज है, ये चीनियों ने खोज के निकाला है। तो क्या हम इसे कहेंगे चीनी नॉलेज सिस्टम है स्पेक्ट्स या कागज? ऐसा तो नहीं ना, ये पूरे वो संपूर्ण मानव जाति की खोज है, और इस अर्थ में वो यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम का पार्ट है। किसी भी क्षेत्र में का ज्ञान इस अर्थ में, नॉलेज के अर्थ में, वो यूनिवर्सली होता है, और वो नेशन स्पेसिफिक कभी भी नहीं होता है। तो ये यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज की बात हुई। और कुछ मर्यादित अर्थ में हम जरूर लोकल ट्रेडिशंस की बात कह सकते हैं, और उस ट्रेडिशन को भी कभी कभी हम नॉलेज भी कह सकते हैं, जैसा हम कह रहे हैं अभी कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस। इन शॉर्ट, नॉलेज इज यूनिवर्सल फिनोमिना, बट इट ऑफन टेक्स nation specific forms depending on context. Both types are valuable, and together they shape how we understand the world. ये यहाँ पे जो चार्ट दिया है उसमें हम समझ पाएंगे कि क्या अंतर है दोनों में, नेशन स्पेसिफिक या लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम, और दूसरी तरफ यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम। ओरिजिन के संदर्भ में हम जब सोचते हैं, उत्पत्ति, तो लोकल कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशंस में हम इस नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम की उत्पत्ति ढूंढ सकते हैं। और यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम नाम की जो चीज है, तो इट इज ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रॉम द साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी एंड रिसर्च। साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी और रिसर्च के बगैर यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज का उत्पत्ति ही नहीं हो सकती है। तो यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज कहां से आता है? साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी से, मींस रीजनिंग से आता है, लॉजिक से आता है, साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट एंड साइंटिफिक एक्सपेरिमेंट से आता है, रिसर्च से आता है। दैट इज कॉल्ड यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज। और जो नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम है वो लोकल कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशन से वो सारी चीजें आती है। उसका स्कोप क्या है, व्याप्ति क्या है? लिमिटेड, अगर हम नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम के बारे में कहने को जाए तो उसकी जो व्याप्ति है, इट इज लिमिटेड टू ए रीजन और कम्युनिटी ओनली। विशिष्ट प्रदेश और विशिष्ट समुदायों तक ही वो सीमित होता है। और यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज जो है वो ग्लोबली अप्लीकेबल होता है, ग्लोबल अप्लीकेबिलिटी उसमें होती है। जिस तरह से ये कागज है, हाँ, ये पूरी दुनिया में यूज किया जाता है। ये कांच है, ये पूरी दुनिया में यूज किया जाता है। इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है, पूरी दुनिया में यूज होता है उसका। ये दवाइयाँ है, सारी पैरासिटामोल, पूरी दुनिया में उसको एक्सेप्टेंस है, यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज है। वो उसको यूनिवर्सल एक्सेप्टेंस इसलिए है बिकॉज दैट इज जनरेटेड एंड ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रॉम द process of scientific inquiry and the research. That's why it is globally applicable and there is global applicability. उसी के साथ जब वैलिडेशन की बात आती है, तो वैलिडेशन का तो सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता। जब हम नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज की बात करते हैं तो जब वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक वैयक्तिक यानी इंडिविजुअल एक्सपीरियंस और ट्रेडिशन और श्रद्धा, इसी के ऊपर वो डिपेंड होता है उसका वैलिडेशन। और दूसरी तरफ यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज जो है वो एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन एंड एविडेंसेस के ऊपर टिका हुआ होता है। और इस तरह के एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन और एविडेंस के सवाल जब हम लोकल ट्रेडिशन को पूछते हैं, नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम को पूछते हैं, तो वो बोलते हैं कि ये हमारा एक्सपीरियंस है अपना वैयक्तिक, और ये हमारी परंपराओं से चली आई धारणाएं हैं, इसलिए इसके ऊपर सवाल नहीं करना चाहिए। और अगर आप सवाल करते हो तो आप देशद्रोही बन जाते हो, आप राष्ट्र विरोधी बन जाते हो। तो देशद्रोही राष्ट्रद्रोही का यहाँ पे सवाल ही नहीं है। यहाँ पे सवाल है सत्य का सवाल है। और अगर ये कितनी भूषणावह बात है, क्या भारत ने योगदान दिया नहीं है यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम में? तो दिया है। तत्व ज्ञान के क्षेत्र में भारत ने अपना योगदान दिया है फॉर द यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम। विज्ञान के क्षेत्र में भारत ने अपना योगदान दिया है फॉर द यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम। तत्व ज्ञान से लेके, विज्ञान से लेके, तंत्रज्ञान से लेके, तो स्थापत्य कला के संदर्भ में कह सकते हैं हम, इंजीनियरिंग के संदर्भ में कह सकते हैं। तो in each and every branch of knowledge, we had contributed immensely to the universal knowledge system. और वो ऐसा contribution है कि that could be validate on the basis of scientific inquiry, global applicability and experimentation and evidences also. इस तरह का भी तो ज्ञान हमने निर्माण किया है ना। तो उस ज्ञान परंपरा को, उस ज्ञान को अगर हम उसको उसका स्वीकार करते हैं और उसको मान्यता देते हैं, तो वो तो यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज है। और जब नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज का ही जब उदात्तीकरण होता है, ग्लोरिफिकेशन होता है, तो ग्लोरिफिकेशन करते समय हम ये साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी, रिसर्च, ग्लोबल एप्लीकेबिलिटी और एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन एंड एविडेंस, इस तरह के जो कसौटियां हैं उसको फिर हम नकारते हैं। तो होता क्या है, तो इस तरह का जो एटीट्यूड है वो हमें इंफीरियरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स की तरफ लेके जाता है। मुझे नहीं लगता कि इंफीरियरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स के हम शिकार होने चाहिए। हमारे पास ऐसा ज्ञान है कि जो इसेंशियली पार्ट एंड पार्सल है ऑफ द यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम का, तो उसका गौरव महसूस करना चाहिए, उसका उसका बखान करना चाहिए। आखिरी बात, ट्रांसमिशन। नेशन स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज सिस्टम का जो ट्रांसमिशन है, जो प्रवाहित होती है थ्रू दी ओरल एंड इनफॉर्मल मीडियम, एंड यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज सिस्टम जो है वो फॉर्मल एजुकेशन, पब्लिकेशन के द्वारा प्रसारित होती है। अब यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है कि ये नेशन स्पेसिफिक या लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम है वो हमने फॉर्मल एजुकेशनल सिस्टम में लाने की कोशिश की है, और उस तरह से हो क्या रहा है। आज का इंडियन एक्सप्रेस आप देख लीजिए, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में एक न्यूज छपी है आज के, फ्रंट पेज पे ही न्यूज है। न्यूज है कि वेदों और पुराणों में जो अवकाश विज्ञान के बारे में जो बातें कही है वो आईआईटी में पढ़ाई जानी चाहिए। तो आईआईटीज में और कई सारे उच्चतर विज्ञान की संस्थाओं ने उसको नकार दिया है। तो इस तरह के कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस हमारे यहाँ पे अभी उभर कर सामने आ रहे हैं। तो इससे क्या हो रहा है, जो आने वाली जनरेशन है साइंटिस्ट लोगों की, विद्यार्थियों की, उनके ऊपर अगर हम इस तरह का नॉलेज थोपे कि जिस की वजह से उनमें चेतना ही ना निर्माण हो साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी की और रिसर्च की, तो इस तरह की जो जनरेशन पनपेंगी इसमें से, वो हमें कहाँ लेकर जाएंगे, हमारे देश को और समाज और सभ्यता को। अगर हम रोक लगाएंगे साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी पे, रिसर्च पे, और उस पर अगर पौराणिक और मिथकीय धारणाओं को थोपेंगे, तो हम देश का और आने वाले पीढ़ियों का नुकसान कर रहे हैं। तो नॉलेज जो है वो अपने आप में अगर श्रेष्ठतम है तो उसको स्वीकार्यता मिलेगी, उसको एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी मिलेगी, और ग्लोबली एप्लीकेबल होगा, वो उसको थोपने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। इसकी ओर मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहता हूँ। लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम्स आर रिच इन कल्चरल विजडम एंड एनवायरमेंटल इंसाइट्स, बट they do come with certain limitations when compared to universal knowledge. Here is a breakdown to help clarify the differences. The key limitations of local knowledge systems: geographical specificity, historical dependency, limited scope, resistance to change, lack of formal validation, and scalability issues. मुझे लगता है कि इसके पूर्व जो स्लाइड थी वहां पे मैंने इन सारे मुद्दों को कवर किया है, और यहाँ पे आपके स्क्रीन पे भी वो डिस्प्ले हो रहे होंगे। उसका एक एक्सप्लेनेशन भी मैंने दिया है कि लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम के अपने आप में क्या लिमिटेशंस होते हैं। हम यूनिवर्सिटीज में पढ़ाते हैं, हम हायर एजुकेशन में पढ़ाते हैं, और इस तरह की अगर नॉलेज सिस्टम हायर एजुकेशन में इंटरवेन करती है, जिस वजह से साइंटिफिक इंक्वायरी और रिसर्च यहाँ पे अगर उसमें अगर रुकावटें आएंगी, तो उसका नुकसान किसी वो जो रिसर्चर है उसको ही होगा ऐसा नहीं है। वो रिसर्चर तक, उस रिसर्चर तक या उस इंस्टीट्यूशन या यूनिवर्सिटी तक वो नुकसान सीमित नहीं रहेगा, देश का नुकसान होगा। ये सोचने की बात है। यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज, फिर ये दोनों की तुलना करने के बाद, यूनिवर्सल नॉलेज इज सिस्टेमेटिकली वैलिडेटेड through research and experimentation. It is globally applicable regardless of local context. It is continuously updated with new discoveries, taught formally in institutions and shared widely by both. After all this discussion, I am saying that both are matter. I am not denying the importance of local knowledge systems. I am asking only about the limitations of local knowledge systems. I am not denying at all. Why both matter? Despite its limitations, local knowledge offers deep ecological understanding, sustainable practices honed over centuries, cultural identity, and community resilience. वो लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम ही है जो अपने परिवेश में, अपनी इकोलॉजी में वो नॉलेज सिस्टम पनपती है, निर्माण होती है। इसलिए उस स्थानिक संदर्भ में ही हम वहां की कुछ चीजें समझ सकते हैं। अगर मानसून और इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर सिस्टम हमें समझ के लेनी है तो उसके लिए हम अमेरिकन, चाइनीज या यूरोपियन स्केल यूज नहीं कर सकते। हमें अगर इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर सिस्टम समझ के लेनी है तो हमें मानसून और एग्रीकल्चर सिस्टम, इसका नाता और यहाँ की सॉइल क्या है, यहाँ का क्रॉप पैटर्न क्या है, ये स्थानिक संदर्भ में ही हमें उसका एक प्रॉपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है। इन दैट सेंस लोकल नॉलेज सिस्टम अपने आप में महत्वपूर्ण है, ये कोई डिनाई नहीं कर सकता है। लेकिन फिर उसमें वो यूनिवर्सलिटी की बात आती है। और दूसरी एक बात आती है कि ये स्थानिक होने की वजह से और नेशन स्पेसिफिक होने से ये श्रेष्ठतम है, तो ये एक वृथा अभिमान और अहंकार है। तो नॉलेज में ये अहंकार और अभिमान भी होने जो चीज है ना, वो नॉलेज बिल्डिंग को रोकने वाली चीज। इट इज ए हर्डल इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ नॉलेज। अभिमान, दुराभिमान नाम की जो चीज होती है। तो ये बात सही है कि डीप इकोलॉजिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, सस्टेनेबल प्रैक्टिसेस ऑन ओवर सेंचुरीज एंड कल्चरल आइडेंटिटी एंड कम्युनिटी रेजिलेंस, इस संदर्भ में स्थानिक ज्ञान व्यवस्था और परंपराओं का अपना एक महत्व होता है। Meanwhile, universal knowledge system provides broad frameworks for innovation, tools for global collaboration, solutions to complex cross-border challenges, and together they can complement each other beautifully, like tradition and technology dancing in sync. तो ये दोनों भी व्यवस्थाएं अपने आप में महत्वपूर्ण है और दोनों का मिलाप या दोनों का मिलन, उससे ही हम अधिक उच्चतर ज्ञान की तरफ जा सकते हैं। इसके और मैं आपका ध्यान आकर्षित करना चाहता हूँ। यूनिवर्सिटी यूजीसी ने जो ये गाइडलाइंस दी थी, द गाइडलाइंस फॉर इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग इंडियन नॉलेज इन हायर एजुकेशन करिकुला, इस गाइडलाइन में उन्होंने कुछ मॉडल करिकुलम दिया था, एक मॉडल करिकुला फॉर कोर्सेस इन इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम। और ये डॉक्यूमेंट अगर आपने रेफर किया होगा या आप अभी भी वो गूगल पर सर्च कर सकते हो। तो उसमें फाउंडेशन कोर्सेस इन IKS, और इस सिलेबस के अंतर्गत उन्होंने जिन मुद्दों को, जिन यूनिट्स को कवर किया है, उसकी तरफ अगर हम देखते हैं तो उसके कई सारी लिमिटेशंस हमारे सामने आती है। उदाहरणार्थ, इसमें जो भी एक ज्ञान परंपरा बोल के बात कही है, तो when we are thinking about the Indian traditions and Indian history, since long, where we can find the known history of India. From that point, Indian subcontinent is genuinely plural in cultural traditions, ideological, religious, and in every aspect of the life. We are the plural society, plural culture since the beginning. In the course of history, many streams of the philosophy, the religions came here and developed here in India. Or it is never happened, and it was never a reality of this land that there was only one religion, there was only one culture, there was only one deity, or there was only one philosophical tradition. Always we were plural in the all aspects of life. यहाँ पे कई सारे धर्म थे, कई सारी विचारधाराएं थी, कई सारी उपासना पद्धतियां थी, कई सारी खाद्य संस्कृतियां थी, और हमेशा ही ऐसा ही रहा है। ऐसा कभी भी नहीं था इतिहास में कि यहाँ पर एक धर्म है, या एक ही संस्कृति है, या एक ही वंश है, या एक ही जाति है, या एक ही विचार है। इस तरह का मोनोलिथिक सोसाइटी, मोनोलिथिक कल्चर, ये कभी भी यहाँ पर नहीं था। इसका दूसरा अर्थ ये है कि इन सारी दिशाओं से जो यहाँ पर विचार आए, संस्कृतियां आई, सभ्यताएं आई, धर्म आए, उसमें से एक जो कंपोजिट कल्चर यहाँ पे डेवलप हुआ, वो रियल इंडिया है। लेकिन अगर हम ये करिकुलम देखते हैं, ये मॉडल करिकुला ऑन इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, तो हम यहाँ पे पाते हैं, यहाँ पे वैदिक टेक्स्ट है, वैदिक एजुकेशनल सिस्टम है, वैदिक फिलोसॉफी है, वैदिक मैथमेटिक्स है, जिसे इंडियन मैथमेटिक्स कहा, जिसको इंडियन एस्ट्रोनॉमी कहा, जिसे इंडियन हेल्थ साइंस कहा, वो सारा वैदिक एंड ब्राह्मणिकल है। लेकिन भारत की ये विशिष्टता रही है कि यहाँ पे वैदिक परंपराओं के साथ नॉन वैदिक परंपराएं भी रही और डोमिनेंट रही। वैदिक परंपराएं है, नॉन वैदिक परंपराएं है, उसमें चारवाक है, लोकायत है, आजीविकास है, जैन है, बुद्धिस्ट है, क्रिश्चियनिटी है, इस्लाम है, जोरास्ट्रियन है, सिखिज्म है। इतनी सारी विचारधाराएं, उपासना पंथ, उपासना पद्धतियां, धर्म और विचार है, और उनकी अपनी अपनी विशिष्टताएं है, और हर क्षेत्र में उन्होंने अपना अपना योगदान भी दिया है। लेकिन इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम के अंतर्गत अगर सिर्फ एक ही विचारधारा और एक ही धर्म और एक ही फिलोसॉफिकल स्ट्रीम को हम इंडियन मानते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि वो भारत के साथ अन्याय होगा। जो भारत बहुविधता से और समावेशकता से भारत की पहचान बनती है कि ये समावेशक है, ये बहुविध है, और ये जब बहुविधता और समावेशकता यहाँ से नष्ट होंगी तो भारत भारत नहीं रहेगा, वो दूसरा ही कुछ और बनेगा। तो भारत की ये विशिष्टता ध्यान में रखते हुए जब हम इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम की बात रखेंगे हमारे क्लासरूम में, तो मुझे लगता है कि जिस तरह से हम वैदिक परंपराओं की दखल लेते हैं, उसी तरह से अवैदिक परंपराएं होंगी, यहाँ के आदिवासियों की परंपराएं होंगी, क्रिश्चियनिटी होंगी, इस्लाम होगा, उनका भी तो इस भूमि में बड़ा योगदान है ना। बौद्ध परंपरा का योगदान है, जैनों का योगदान है, और इसी इन सब परंपराओं को हम सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी लेवल पे लेके जाने का, और कोई एक दूसरी डोमिनेंट परंपरा जो है वही इंडियन परंपरा बोल के थोपने की, मुझे लगता है कि अ, ये ये पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ डोमिनेंस है। तो ऐसा एजुकेशनल फील्ड में नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। शायद आप सहमत हो या ना हो, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि मुझे ये बात रखनी जरूरी थी। मैं एकदम मन से मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स के कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर माधुरी सावंत जी, मेरे दोस्त डॉक्टर राजेश रगड़े, और सभी सहभागी जो संपूर्ण, मुझे लगता है संपूर्ण भारत से आए हुए सहभागी इस रिफ्रेशर कोर्स में है, उन सभी का मैं धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूँ। आपने मुझे यहाँ पे आमंत्रित किया, आपने मुझे सुना, इसलिए पुनश्च धन्यवाद करता हूँ। और यहाँ पर मैं मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन स्टॉप करता हूँ। पुनश्च धन्यवाद। अगर कुछ आपके सवाल है तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा उन आपके साथ चर्चा करने में, और आपके सवालों का जवाब देने में भी मुझे अच्छा लगेगा। थैंक यू। हेलो, please
Yes,
ask some question. If there are some questions, please ask. Please don't.
हेलो हेलो
हेलो।
सर जी, नमस्ते।
हाँ, नमस्ते नमस्ते।
मैं प्राध्यापक मदन जादव बात कर रहा हूँ सर।
ओके, नाइस टू मीट यू।
मेरा शायद आपने गौर से देखा नहीं है सर, पहचान जाओगे।
ओके।
डॉक्टर बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर मराठवाड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी 1994 बैच।
यस 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 यस।
तो सवाल
आई एम आल्सो फ्रॉम
मेरा,
सेम बैच। यस।
तो हम क्लासमेट है सर।
ग्रेट सर, नाइस टू मीट यू अगेन यार।
अब बहुत बढ़िया, इस बहाने आपसे मुलाकात हुई 95 के बाद।
वाह वाह।
और, मुझे खुशी इस बात की है सर कि जिस तरह से बेबाक अपने आईकेएस के बारे में अपने विचार व्यक्त किए, मुझे आपको बधाई देना, बधाई पात्र ही है। अभी तक जितने भी जो आए हैं और जिस तरह से आईकेएस समझा के गए, वो अच्छा ही रहा, लेकिन दूसरी बाजू क्या है आईकेएस की, ये आपने बहुत बढ़िया और बेबाक समझाया। इसलिए सर आपका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू।
roll number 48. Mahajan sir.
I would like if there are any critical questions from you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
What are the challenges for implementation of IKS in a curriculum nowadays,
Pardon,
as
sir.
per your opinion?
What are the challenges?
For implementation of IKS based curriculum in education institution, in higher education?
Okay, okay, okay. In the implementation point of view, we all are facing the proper study material, the lack of proper study material, and the lack of any standard textbook and standard study material. There are scarcity, and which books are available in the market. Uh, you know than me very well that what is the standard of that textbooks which are written in one or two nights by the authors like us. That is the main problem uh, we all are facing in the implement करण्याच्या बाबतीत संदर्भ में यही सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि क्लासरूम में हम अगर जाते हैं तो स्टूडेंट के लिए जिसे हम अच्छा स्टडी मटेरियल कह सकते हैं, स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स कह सकते हैं, रेफरेंस बुक्स कह सकते हैं, तो देयर इज ए स्कार्सिटी ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड स्टडी मटेरियल.
Any question, participant?
Participants, do you have any questions? If not, then we can go for this vote of thanks. सर खूप खूप धन्यवाद सर तुम्ही आल्याबद्दल.
थँक्यू मॅडम, आपण आमंत्रित केलं, धन्यवाद.
Yes, please. I think whoever has read the introduction can give the vote of thanks.
ते बायोडाटा मला खूप जुना पाठवावा लागला तुम्हाला, मी अपडेटेड देऊ शकलो नाही. 10 वर्ष जुना होता तो, 10-12 वर्ष. सॉरी
काय
त्यासाठी.
हरकत नाही. नाही सर, काय हरकत.
Roll number 48.
महाजन सर आहेत वाटतं. देविदास सर तुम्ही देऊन टाका वोट ऑफ थँक्स.
Very good
सर
evening,
पण
one and
फ्री.
all. I am Dr. Devidas Bhagat. I would like to propose vote of thanks to Dr. Devendra Ingle, sir, deliver very informative lecture on Indian knowledge systems, and he's also sharing a very knowledgeable, insightful highlights based upon Indian knowledge systems. Thank you very much, sir, for giving a very useful, informative talk. And on behalf of UGC, MMTTC, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Course Coordinator, Dr. Madhuri Sawant Madam, Dr. Gaurav Sir, and all staff from the UGC MMTTC Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Thank you very much, sir, for the enlightening and in teaching us. Thank you very much, sir.
धन्यवाद सर. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We will soon start our next lecture. That is by Devidas Saran's topic, forensic sciences. We have Dr. Neeti Kapoor who will be joining us from Nagpur. So I think she'll join in another 10 minutes.
हॅलो मॅडम,
हा
मॅडम
हा
माझ्याकडे टेक्निकली प्रॉब्लेम आला होता. लाईट बंद झाली होती ना, ती नेट बंद
काय
होऊन गेलं
हरकत
होतं
नाही. नो प्रॉब्लेम
Sorry,
सर,
madam.
नाही प्रॉब्लेम. काय हरकत नाही सर. देविदास सरांनी केलं वोट ऑफ थँक्स. नो
ओके, थँक्यू सर. सर
काय पाहिलं? Roll number 2. Madam, the
Who is
next
going
roll number 2.
आता who is going to give introduction of madam?
Roll number 2.
Okay. Roll number 2, are you there? Madam? आपण थांबूया मॅडम साठी. Let us wait. I think she will join. I don't know if she's there or not on the Whoever is ready, all can read her biodata.
Okay, ma'am.
Dr. Gangu, hello.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Uh,
I'm
pl-
ready, sir.
uh, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Dr. Gangu, please see to it that you give vote of thanks as well.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
रे छोरे, कहाँ से आया तू?
Hello.
Roll number 17, please off.
Hello.
Good
हाँ
kill, madam.
Dr. Gangu.
Good killer.
Ma'am, can I start?
Can you see Madam Neeti Kapoor, Madam?
No.
I don't see her. Just wait, she will join. How many participants are there from chemistry department?
Madam, I'm from chemistry, madam.
Sir, now what is your name, sir?
Bhagat Devidas, roll number 1.
Okay, but you are from forensic sciences. Okay, it is related to
No,
again
no,
chemistry.
foreign science is degree, but my subject is forensic chemistry and toxicology
Okay,
department.
okay. Tomorrow we are having a professor from IIT, Mumbai.
Yes, madam.
He is from Department of Civil Engineering. He will be talking about chemistry, I would say. It would be a very good lecture for all of you. And
Okay,
even
madam.
today's lecture.
Around 3 people from chemistry, madam. I checked the list.
Okay. Yeah, yesterday I was going through your teaching, micro teaching. So, and you have 3 professors, assistant professors from chemistry.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Dear participants, we have our resource person in this online forum, Dr. Neeti Kapoor. We cannot hear you, Dr. Neeti Kapoor.
Am I audible right now?
Yeah, now we can
Am I
hear
audible?
you. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Is it okay if you on your video? Okay, we will go for the introduction part. Dr. Gangu, please continue.
Good afternoon, one and all. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Neeti Kapoor. I'm very happy to introduce today's research person, Dr. Neeti Kapoor, and she is working as assistant professor in the Department of Forensic Science, Government Institution of Forensic Science, Nagpur, Maharashtra. She has completed PhD in forensic science and UGC NET JRF, and she's having more than 13 years of teaching experience. And very happy to announce one more point. Recently, she was included in the list of top 2 list of the world by of elsewhere for the year of 2023 and 24. Received the Gold Global Women Achiever Award at the 10th Annual Nagpur Summit 2023. Received the Best Patent Award, Top 10 in Nagpur Patent Fest 2023, and Subject Expert on Forensic Sciences for certain TCS, etc. And as well as her 2 patents and have been granted, and she has published more than 55 papers, Scopus as well as Web of Science, and she reviewed more than 60 papers for various international and national reputed journals. And she edited 2 books. One is a textbook on forensic science by Springer, and another one is a forensic microscopy, Truth Under the Lens by the CSR Press. And she has published 33 chapters in various books by reputed international publisher elsewhere, Springer, CSR Press, and she is a resource person and subject expert in forensic science for Regional Police Training School, Nagpur, Maharashtra Police, Maharashtra State CID, etc. And she developed e-content as a subject expert for educational multimedia research center, EMRC, Sagar for UGC, CEC on various topics of forensic science. She delivered more than 195 talks, guest lectures, workshops, and demonstrations to police officers and college students, institutions, and universities across India on various aspects and topics related to forensic science. And expert forensic science training and helps Maharashtra police in various outstanding contribution reviewing by Journal of Forensics and Legal Medicine elsewhere, in recognition of the contribution made to the quality of the journal. And she, one thing we have to observe here, she has published 92 papers in Scopus, and she is having 35 H-index and 92 papers, nearly 31,747 citations she is having. And congratulations, ma'am, on behalf of all the participants, and as well as I welcome you for today's lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you so
Neeti,
much.
for accepting our invitation. And it was nice talking to you on phone and knowing about your. Dr. Gangu, could you please off your audio? Dr. Gangu, please off your video on audio. Yes, thank you. So it was nice talking to you on phone, and it was nice to know about your credentials at such a younger age. You are still an assistant professor and you are already 37 plus citations. So it's a very big achievement indeed in the academic landscape. Thank you so much for accepting, and the forum is yours, ma'am. Please go ahead with your lecture.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me and sharing my knowledge on forensic science. And thank you for for giving me motivation. Like I have this much citation, and this is, I think, I have a long way to go, and this is only the beginning. What I think. So okay,
Definitely.
then now I will share my screen, yeah, and my presentation, and we begin with the lecture. Uh, Ma'am, my presentation is visible to everyone?
Yes, madam. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So, my topic is Indian knowledge system in forensic science. So, first of all, I would like to tell you what is forensic science. Anyone like to say anything about forensic science? What you understand about this thing? What is come in your mind when you heard about this word, forensic science? Can anyone tell?
It's actually a new subject, ma'am, for all the participants. And we have one Professor Devidas Bhagat. He is from your subject. I
Okay,
think
this
As
is
far as I
others
know,
can.
the scientific investigation of something of crime
okay.
scenes, probably.
Yes, very correct. Okay.
We know forensic science is only through the movies, madam. How the team uses it, for doing, and also archaeological, some sites are there. There also
Okay.
forensic science team is there, right? And some murder mystery, something.
Okay. See, so how many of you have CI?
Madam, we cannot hear
So
you.
normally in our family, now
Okay,
my voice is
now
audible.
now we can hear you. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. So I think everybody watched that CID program. No, I don't think so. Okay, so what is forensic science? Basically, this forensic science is derived from a Latin word that is forensis, which means forum. Forum means in ancient period, because this is an Indian knowledge system. So in the ancient period, forum is basically a group which can do certain, which is involved in the debate process. Okay, so forum is a group. So in the ancient time, what happened? If anything we need to discuss, any idea we have to discuss, so we can have that panchayat. We have that panchayat. If we want any justice from anything, if some crime was happened there, right? And at that time, we have only panchayat system, which can work in a group, or we can tell things and they can give the idea uh, about the system. So basically, that word is derived from a latent word that means forensis, which means forum. Okay, so the application of various scientific methods and techniques for the purpose of justice. So this definition is given by Dr. P.K. Chattopadhyay. So basically, the application of scientific method. What is scientific method according to you? Can anyone tell me any example? What is scientific method and what is method?
Ma'am,
Yes.
maybe research and investigation.
Okay, so method is research investigation or a scientific method is research investigation?
Scientific method.
Uh, I am asking the question, what is the difference between method and scientific method? Because forensic science is basically the application of various scientific methods. So why we are using here scientific method? Why we are not using only methods in forensic science and techniques? The difference between method and scientific method. Can anyone give any example of method? Anything. It's an, I think it would be like an interactive session. We can interact. You can say anything, because if we take examples, so it is very easier for you to understand what is forensic science basically. See, I can give you example, right? Everyone make tea in your house, right? So what is the methodology for making tea? Anyone can just give a brief ki how you are going to make tea in your house? Yes. Yes.
Yes, participant.
Anyone can say it's a very simple thing. I'm asking everybody knows how to make tea,
Ma'am, is
coffee
it
in the
the
house.
is it the method of making tea?
Yes. I'm asking only the how you make tea in your house.
First, we have to take a vessel, then pour some water inside it, then boil it, then add some tea powder.
Okay.
Then after that, you have to add milk.
Yes.
And after boiling the milk with the tea powder and water, add sugar.
Okay.
Then finally, you can have a cup of tea.
Okay. So my question to you, ma'am, ki is every time if you make tea, the taste is same or different?
The taste is different. Sometimes
Different.
we may put more sugar. in it, and the
Okay.
quality of milk is also different.
Okay.
If it is
But
cow's
if
milk,
yes,
it would be tastier. But if it is
yes,
some milk that comes from in container or something,
yes,
the taste will be some it will be different.
yes, yes, and the like consistency is also different, right?
Yes.
So, have you tasted the tea from vendor? You purchase tea from vendor,
Yes, ma'am.
like in railway station,
Yes.
tea vending machine.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so the taste of that tea is coming from tea vending machine is same or different every time?
It's more or less same.
It's same. Why? Why?
I think they will put equal proportion of milk and
Yes,
other things
yes,
inside
yes,
to make the
yes,
tea. But when we
yes,
make in our own home, it will be somewhat it will be based on intuition. There won't be any measurement.
yes, yes, very correct. In vending machine, the concentration of the mixture is fixed every time, right? Temperature till we are getting heated, that tea is same at all the time. So whatever the result is coming, that is also same in all the time. Okay. So in forensic science, what we require, the result of particular test should be same, right? Whenever we repeat any test, suppose if we do blood analysis, of particular thing, if we do blood analysis in particular test, so if the test is coming same, right, every time, so this is scientific method. Okay, so in scientific method there will be a repeatability of the result, consistency of result, or accuracy of result. Okay, so that is the main difference between the method and the scientific method. If you go to the scientific approach, the result should be repeatable, it should be consistent, it should be accurate. In any of the laboratory, if you are doing to test for a blood testing, or whether it is a blood or not, so every time the result is coming, like every time the result should be same. If it is not same every time, so that particular evidence is not recorded at the court of law. Okay, so it is very important in the case of forensic science. But method is only what we are doing in a daily routine. Okay, so where we are not using any proper measurements, where we are not using any scientific method to prepare our tea. That's why every day we have a different taste in the tea. But when we go to the scientific approach, the result should be same every time. So forensic science, it is very important that the result is going to be same every time, because we are using these methods and techniques for the purpose of justice, because we are giving justice to a someone, right? We are giving justice to innocent, and even give prove guilty to a suspect. So that is very important in the case of forensic science. Okay, so before studying any IKS or Indian knowledge system and forensic science, we have to understand the field of forensic science. Okay, so there are different type of fields. Why I am telling these fields of forensic science? Because these names will come. Right? How the at the time of Chanakya we are using toxicology. How at the time of other emperors, what method we are using? Like at that time also we are using certain method of investigation. So you have to like aware of all the fields of forensics. These are very limited. Just I can brief you. Like first is fingerprints. Fingerprints, everybody knows that we are born with a fingerprint. Like in everyone's hand, there is a fingerprints, and fingerprints are the unique characteristics, not to have the same fingerprints, right? The next thing what we understand, that is questioned document. So questioned document means document is something which is written in any form, right? Which can be used whether it is typed, whether it is handwritten, photocopy, printed, used in the purpose of communication document. When it will come in the category question, when the question is raised,
Okay, when somebody raised the question, if father make a property and two brothers, like one of the brother is make questioned, no, this is the forced nature of the. So at that time, proper document has become a question document. Okay. Practice forensic chemistry. Forensic chemistry is dealing with chemicals, drugs analysis, right? Poisons analysis. Okay, whatever the thing we are taking good for health, whether it is poisonous, what is the property of that? That is forensic chemistry, right? Forensic toxicology is in this we are understanding the toxicity of a particular person. So in toxicology, there are a number of poisons there, uh, different class of poisons like plant poisons, like animal poisons, like metal poisons. So many classes of poisons are there, like pesticides, insecticides. Every
Participants, madam has left the forum. Can you see her?
Ma'am, she's not audible, but she's in meeting.
Can see her. Dr. Neeti Kapoor, your presentation has suddenly stopped.
Yeah, my screen is visible.
No, madam, your voice is also cutting in your screen. You have to share your screen again, your PPT.
Okay. Okay.
If you could change the internet connection because your voice is breaking a lot.
Okay.
Dr. Neeti, we can see your slides.
Okay, fine. So, right. So, in forensic toxicology, we can deal with the toxicity of particular thing. Okay. It is foreign to our body that start producing toxicity in the body. So, studying that thing, that's forensic toxicology. Okay. So, another field is forensic biology and serology. In forensic biology and serology, what we do, we can study the biological fluid. In this analysis of blood, like urine, other biological fluids also, and such type of sent to for the analysis. So such kind of cases come in forensic biology and serology. Okay. The next is forensic
Dr. Neeti, again, there is a technical issue. Somehow in the last lecture only we are having. Devidas, sir, दिसताय का madam?
No, madam.
She's okay, I'll call her. I think she's having problem from her side. Just a moment. Huh? Okay, participants, she's joining in another 2-3 minutes, changing her internet connection. Please bear with her. Madam, have you joined? Neeti Kapoor, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just give me 1 minute
Oh.
to share that presentation. I think there is some technical issue with the net today.
Okay.
Like we are facing so much problem. Okay.
Madam,
Okay,
we can.
my presentation is
Yes,
visible.
yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is visible. I think you have on the twice,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
tried from two
Okay, but
systems.
now your voice is also clear. You can please proceed.
Okay, I'm so sorry for this technical issue.
No, it is
Okay.
okay. It's okay, no problem.
Mhm. Okay, I think this device is okay with. Phone is better than laptop, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think we studied forensic biology and serology.
right? So next is forensic anthropology, that we deals with the anatomy of the human. Okay, so in in this cases, we received skull, skeleton at the scene of crime, bones, and with the help of these bones, skulls, we are able to identify whether it is belongs to human, animal, okay, or if it is belongs to human, so whether it is belongs to male or female, such kind of information forensic anthropologists give. Next is DNA forensic. So DNA forensic, everybody is knows like very hot topic. What is DNA? So like in human identification and for personal identification and for maternity and paternity cases, we use DNA for personal identification, because we have everyone like in this DNA is very important in such kind of cases. Okay, the next is forensic medicine pathology. So forensic medicine, that deals with the doctors, they can able to tell us what is the cause of death, what is time since death. Okay, in forensic physics and ballistics, in this field we can deal with the firearms and identification of fire weapons as a evidence. Okay, the next is digital and cyber forensic, very like late recent things. Like everybody, we heard that so many people are come across with the cyber frauds, like they somebody is calling you from the bank and saying your account is dormant, start your account, give your account details, give your information of your security documents, so the people will provide such documents and they can steal money. So such kind of cyber frauds are also there, and so the forensic science is also dealing with those kind of offenses. Even the person is receiving fake emails and they click that email, malwares they can receive, they'll click on that link and download that link, and automatically all the security information like your bank details, your photos, and everything is steal by the people, and they can misuse it. Even we can, whatever the photos we are uploading, I can tell you one thing, that if you go to outstation, you can post photographs and your information on Facebook account, and that you are visiting to France or some other places. Okay, so the with these stalkers, they basically search your Facebook account, and they have idea that you are not in the home, and they can send thieves. And there is such kind of cases are there if you are out and the house is clean by someone. So you should stop all these things, posting all information on the social media. It is very very scary for all of us. So this field is dealing with such kind of cases. Next is forensic psychology, which is very important. Forensic psychology is very important because in forensic psychology, we basically deals with the behavior of criminals, like why he committed such type of offense. So this is very important for everyone also in day to day life. If you are a mother of a small kid, so you are able to understand the psychology of that person, why that child is behaving like that. Okay, so this psychology can help you to prevent crime also. Sometime what happened, the pressure is on the shoulder of children's, they into studies and their marks and everything. If they are not score and not up to your expectation, so they go into depression, like they can also have the suicidal tendencies also. So this psychology can help the person to like remove all these negative thoughts. Okay, the next field is criminalistic, in which we can deal the crime scene investigation. Okay, so there are some, like, these are the very less thing I told you, but the forensic science is very vast field. So these are the certain idea, there are the certain fields of forensic science. So if anybody wants to know anything about it, because this is very big topic and in every fields we can say so many things. So if anybody wants to know the idea about any other fields rather than these main areas, like if you want to know about wildlife forensics, so that deals with the wildlife crimes, right? Forensic archaeology, fine. old remains. They can give you the study of old remains, like underwater forensics, like the deep water crimes. So they deals with that. Sports forensic in this, the doping cases, like athletes take drugs to increase their performance. So there are so many performance enhancing drugs in sports. So that field is deals with that. Next is forensic epidemiology, that will deals with so many things, like particular area mein what sort of diseases are there, and what is the exponential growth of that particular thing. That field is deal with it. Forensic microscopy mein we can study the various trace elements under the microscope. Forensic meteorology is a branch which is very good branch. Like I can explain you with the example that if somebody, there is a case of hit and run. So if somebody is claiming that I hit a person because there was a rainfall at that time and we are not able to see that person, so at that time you can check with the meteorological data ki whether at that time, at that day, rainfall is there in that area, or what is the intensity of particular rain. So that can give you to reconstruct the crime scene. So this is also a very upcoming field. Drone forensic, there is drone surveillance. Normally the everyone is uses that drones in the marriages and everything, but drone forensic is very important for the surveillance purpose and for the security purpose. Okay. And forensic nanotechnology is another branch. Like that there are various type of nano powders are there. We are making chip base. It is a branch which can basically take the lab into a chip. So we can do the blood testing at the scene of crime only with the help of single chip. It is like you're using that corona testing kit. So it is like that. So in forensic nanotechnology we are making such kind of kits also. Okay. In forensic geology, we can study the geological evidences. Okay. The next is entomology. Entomology, that is the study of insect, which can give you information about the time of death. So insect can tell the time of death of a person. Fine. So forensic engineering is there. There is collapse, building collapse. So we can study whether the material is used is proper or not. Right? Is it a proper concentration of things are mixing? So such type of things we can dealing with in a forensic engineering. Next is forensic photography, which is also very important field, because nobody is present at the scene of crime. When the investigating officer reaches to the crime scene, so he can click photograph to make which can help later on for the reconstruction, okay, how the crime was happened, how many individual is there, and how the everything is executed. So this photography is very important and admissible in court also. Okay. Fine. Forensic linguistic and stylistics, it is also very important. If somebody is getting a threatening call, to know with this speech recognition, we are able to know that whether uh, it is whether that person is male or female, or whether the voice is matching with the standard. Because in forensic science, what we do, we can do matching. If I receive hair sample at the scene of crime, fine. So we need matching also. Okay. If the investigating officer is thinking he is the suspect, so he can take a hair sample from that suspect and compare it for analysis. Okay, so this is your forensic field. So anyone wants to ask anything with this fields of forensic science, or we proceed further?
No, madam.
Okay. So see how the investigation is started. Okay. This is very general thing. Everybody knows about Mahabharata and everything. So I am going to ask one interesting question, very general question. Please tell me who invented zero? Who gave you zero? Who is the inventor of zero?
It is the Indians who invented zero.
Aryabhatta?
Yes, Arya Bhatta. Okay. Anyone else want to say anything? No. Okay. Everybody knows that Arya Bhatt, he's Arya Bhatt. Okay. So I have one question for you. Please tell me how you know that everybody heard about Ramayan, right? So can you please tell me that Ram Bhagwan, how many years he went for jungle, Vanvas? He went for
14 years
Vanvas.
in it.
14 years. Okay. Is Aryabhatta born at that time?
40 days. No, ma'am.
No. So can you please tell me how many heads of Ravan?
10.
10. Okay.
Total.
Is yeah, 10. Dashanan. We call Ravan Dashanan, right? 10 heads. Right. Correct. So is Aryabhatta born at the time of Ramayan? No. Right? We know that no. We know that in Mahabharat we have 100 Kauravas, you know, and 5 Pandavas. So at that time also we have the counting method. That's why we know that 1400 10 heads. So our education or our knowledge is very ancient. Aryabhatta is Indian. Aryabhatta is Indian scientist only, but before that also we are able to understand. It is written in our books. It is written in our Upanishad. Everything that there is a Vanvas of 14 years. Matlab at that time also we have a counting mechanism. So our science is very old. Okay. So what happened actually? We invented so many things, but when the Britishers came, what they do, they actually in that time also we have that Atiti Devo Bhava concept. So they come to our place, they stay at our place, they learn from us, and we are very good to giving them knowledge. So we gave them knowledge, and they use that knowledge and printed that knowledge and published that knowledge to their country. That's why we think that knowledge has come from foreign country, but it is already evolved Mahabharata, Ramayana, or so many things. I will give you so many examples to you. कि ऐसा नहीं है. It is evolved long back. Okay, okay. See, and normally, how forensic science is started. What we think in a general way, कि how we can investigate the crime at that time. Okay, so one of the very intelligent person, he was Chanakya. Everybody knows about Chanakya Neeti, right? So at that time, Chanakya's role is very important in crime scene investigation. Okay, so he established principle in his Arthashastra. Okay, so he emphasis in systematic investigation. Systematic investigation means they are using evidences. If one crime is come into their emperor, so how they can proceed for the crime? So they can search for evidences. Their method would be different, but they're following the procedures, use of evidences, and they can give proportional punishment. What is the proportional punishment? It is like that. Whatever the type of crime you are doing, the punishment should be proportional to that, not more than that. Okay, so at that time, the justice system is based on dharma. Dharma means rightness and nyay. It is justice. Matlab whatever they are doing with the dharma, like what is logical, and give equal opportunity to the accused to present their case before the court. At that time also we have court. The name was different, but there were At that time also we have magistrate. The name is different, where now we are saying the magistrate, chief justice, and magistrate of Supreme Court and other courts also. But at that time also we have magistrates. Okay. So what are the basis of their judgment? So their judgment is based upon dharma based on truth. That is not based on the fake evidences what the person is produces. Second, evidence based on witnesses. At that time we don't have any scientific method. We don't have method to test a scientific method to test blood, hair. We don't have microscope at that time. But at that time they are based on the eyewitnesses. But eyewitnesses ko bhi they will uh, prosecute, they will cross examine ki whether what they are saying, whether it is correct or not. So they have mechanism for that. Okay. At that time also they have spy. We also heard that there is a spy of raw. Okay, our country send raw agent to some other country. So at that time also we have spies, so that they can provide information to the king. The next one is the custom tradition accepted by the people. Whatever is accepted by the common people, what are accepted by the culture, that thing is also considered. Okay, and this time also, which is not acceptable in the society as well as states law of state, that thing is punishable. Whether in latest time also, if somebody is giving using abusive language, it is not acceptable in the society and even in the court of law. Like in the ancient time also, the something which is not accepted by the people is considered against the dharma. Okay. The next thing is a royal edicts, and the law is like in this fourth thing, on the basis of their principle, they can transmit the law. Next, at that time, I told you judges are there. Uh, they were called as dharmastha. Okay. So they included the bench of three magistrates and judges, okay, who are responsible for giving justice. And these three bench of magistrate is basically free from any anti-social activities. Their background is also checked, if they are good in their knowledge, if they are good in their subject, if they have the idea about everything in their kingdom, they will appointed as a magistrate. Even in the later on also, king is there and they have jury member. Like jury member are the people, respectable people, the people they have some position in society, they have some knowledge about the subject and about the things in the kingdom. They are appointed as a jury member. So case is put up before the king, and the jury member and the magistrate is there. Okay, they can give their opinion on particular matter, or with the opinion of all the jury's member, they can give the judgment. Okay. So after giving judgment, they can offer some punishment. So punishment would be fine. It depending upon the type of offenses, they can give fine. They can also give torture. It also depend upon the type, and death punishment also. Capital punishment is also there at that time. But on a severe cases like murder, rape, dacoity, come murder, such kind of cases are there. So in that cases, they will provide death penalty also. Okay. So what are the method they are using to deal with accused? Because the case is put up before the kingdom, before the king. So the accused is also getting chance uh, to represent himself. So what they do, their mantralaya and their officer can take the statement from the accused. So how they can do the investigation, how they can take information from that. So there was one practice they usually do. What they do, an accused would be given a rice ball, okay, chawal ka gola, to keep in the mouth and immediately vomit it out. What happened if there was a less saliva on rice ball? It was believed that he or she was an accused, as fear causes less salivation production. Okay, so based on the analysis of saliva, accused was punished. The same this thing is transformed recently with a lie detector. Lie detector may be usually study so many factors. This is one of the factor. Um, in that we can study the skin galvanic response, your blood pressure, your heartbeat, everything we can record it. And there is a set process for the lie detector, but the lie detector is like evolved from these techniques only. So at that time they used to feed that rice bowl. Okay, so even if it was not a foolproof method, we can see the root of forensics that dates age back. So you people understand and must be understanding that the forensic is evolving slowly with these methods. Next, there was a donkey test. Another test is donkey test. What they do in the donkey test, crime investigation in ancient India involved early forms of forensic testing, such as using a donkey test, where the suspect fear touching a soot covered donkey tail, and they can observe the behavior. What they do actually, what they think, they can send donkey as well as accused in a dark tent. Okay, and tell them whoever committed the crime in their whoever committed the crime. So what happened when you go to the tent, you will get soot on your hand. What happened when they go with donkey, they never touch their tail because they know that the shoot is present on the tail. They come with a clean hand. So this is a reverse psychology. This is a reverse psychology. So what they think, ki they know that ki I only committed this crime, that's why they are not touching the tail of the donkey. So they use the reverse psychology. Up in the latest, like what today's police officer is doing, they can also use this reverse psychology. There is two type of policing: bad policing, okay, or good policing. So when they want to interrogate the accused, what they do, one person is behave like a good police officer and another is behave like a bad police officer. So they can interrogate that person. With the good policing and good police officer, they can share the information and the officer will get the information okay, how he committed crime, how he um, basically like leave the crime scene, everything. So they can tell the story. So this same methodology with the more effectiveness, they are using such kind of method, but the seeds are basically rooted in the ancient period only, okay, how you can perform the test. Okay, the next is the witness testimony. Similar to the modern procedure, witnesses could be summoned to testify in the court to support claim in cases of alleged harm. Same way, they can call the witnesses, they can inquire, they will take the information. How you will get this information? Who will inform you? Have you seen that person to commit crime? Okay, how many individual are there? So everything, witnesses testimony is also there. Or right now also we have the witnesses testimony. Before the like before receiving all the testimony, the court will not give judgment. So that is same procedure. So next we have even we can receive written evidence also. So the king's officer, the king officers maintain records and documents called Jayapatra, which contain brief statement about the paintil and were intended to be free from judicial bias. Okay, so everything should be written in the office, right? Right now, what happened when particular person is go for the investigation of a crime, he can record all the detail in the station diary, right? Starting from that, and when the cases goes to the court, every day and every statement, everything is used to record at the during the trial period. So the same thing is there. They also record all the things during the trial process. Right now also we are recording everything, right? And all judgment and everything is recorded. Okay. Then king's cognizance, like the king and his officers were responsible for taking note of criminal offenses and initiating action with even without a private complaint. Okay, so all the when the evidences are there, witnesses are there, if statements are there, everything is written over there, then the king will take cognizance and provide punishment. Okay. The next thing we have, that is ancient root in toxicology. Toxicology is very important things at that time, because the states is ruled by the king. So king life is very important. So what happened at that time? They can actually take so many precautions as a preventive measure also to protect the life of king or prince and princess. Okay, so what they do, the roots of toxicology in India can be traced back to the ancient time, when traditional healing system like ayurveda, siddha and Unani medicines incorporated knowledge of medicinal plants and their toxic properties. Ayurveda, one of the oldest holistic healing system in the world. Okay, at that time also we have so many medicines which the people used to take treatment. I would like to tell you that, have you seen like animals like cow, buffalo, goat, they never eat toxic plant. They know their smell, their characteristics, property. They're aware of it. They did not eat. So at the time also the people know about which plant is poisonous or which plant is healthy, and which plant is basically responsible to commit suicide, uh, to commit homicide, right? Homicide is killing someone. So we have idea, we have everything in our ancient ancient knowledge. So toxicology is evolved from there. Okay, so next thing is they are well versed in distinguishing between toxic and non-toxic substance, like who is medicine and which medicine and which plant is used for the herbal remedies and which are very poisonous. Even I would like to tell you one thing. Chanakya, everybody knows about Chanak. Chanak is used to feed a small quantity of poison to king. Why they are giving such small quantity of poison to king? Can anybody tell? Why they are feeding small quantity of poison?
Maybe so that it's
Whether
not
they are
detected
giving
he has been poisoned,
no.
so that
It,
it
it,
doesn't
it he's
detect.
giving in a good faith. He's giving on a good faith and for a
Oh,
prevention purpose.
yeah. So poison can also at times act as a medicine, no? Like in homeopathy, there are a lot of remedies that we get from snake poison and all that, no? Bee sting.
Yes. Yes, it is there. But I am asking like on a different version of toxicology. Actually, why they give a small quantity of medicine, a small quantity of poison? Because our body start creating antibodies against that particular poison. So whenever somebody give poison to king, right? So it will act as a already system developed the antibody, and that king that poison will not affect the life of king. So this is the mechanism. Right now also, during the COVID, we take anti dose, like we take injections, right? What is this? That the same thing. We are inserting dead cells in our body, and that will created antibody. The same way, they are feeding a small quantity of popular poisons or popular medicinal poisons or other sort of poisons. So if somebody give with the intention of killing the king, that will not affect the life of king. Okay, so traditionally we are giving antibodies to our kings, to our princes. Okay, so this is not a new knowledge. That is an ancient knowledge only. Fine. So what they actually do for preventing our kingdom for toxicology or crime related to uh, this area? So what they do, in olden days, the king was susceptible for attacks by enemies by various methods. I already told you, including poisons, fire, etc. So it was practiced in mass and against individuals, so that king should be aware of this fact and should take a necessary precaution against them. That is why the description lies in the prime importance in the text. Okay, so what the preventive measures they are using against the poison? They actually growing and letting peacocks, spotted deer, mongoose, etc. in the vicinity of the royal residence. Why they do? Why they letting all these animals in their vicinity? They believe that their presence may reduce the chance of poisoning. Why? What sort of poisoning uh, like they will help to reduce the chance of poisoning? Like they can prevent the king from snake poisoning. So everyone is against uh, snake, right? Though that will reduce the chance of snake poisoning in the kingdom, especially to the king. Okay, the next thing is the foodborne poisoning. Somebody is mixing something in the food, and then that food is taken by the king and take his life. So for that, what they do, they can first offer the food to fire and birds, right? They can use bird as if there is a sign of poisoning, if there is something mixed in the food, so bird will take first. Okay, the next is the food with fire. So there are certain right now also, if there is some case of adulteration, some case of poisoning, what we do spot test, we do color test for examination. So at that time also they can perform certain color tests, they can perform certain physical tests, test chemical test. Okay, so one test it is written like sign of poisoned food mixed with fire. So what happened? Blue color of flames and smoke and a crackling sound of the fire. It indicate that something is mixed in the food item. Okay. What happened? Whenever if someone mix anything in the food which is in the form of like dry, wet and hard substance, so what happen when that particular uh, food is kept in a fire? So if the wet substance is mixed with a food, so what happened? Like quickly fade, it that food materials quickly fade, right? Dry, if some dry material is added, so it is in that will lose the color in the fire, and some hard substance is added to that thing, so that becomes like soften and soft, like it becomes soft. So such type of things they will do, right? There are some other thing is also there, m- metals and gems adulteration. That time they usually wear so many gems, so many metals, so many ornaments. So when there is a toxicity in their ornament, how they can identify it? So, in the case of metal and gems, being smeared with a mud like dirt and distraction of the smoothness, color, weight, powder, class, and touch, with the help of these examination, preliminary examination, they are able to identify whether the gem is adulterated or genuine. Okay. They can also do the examination of bed sheets and covers. If there is a presence of any dirty circle and the shading of threads, wool, and hair from the bed sheet, so that they can give an idea that there is a problem in the bed sheet also. Fine. So these are certain things. Another thing is decoding gait pattern, that is tracking footprints in forensic investigation and legacy of ancient Indian. Okay, there is one system which is prevalent nowadays also, that is gait pattern analysis. Gait pattern analysis means the pattern of consecutive feats. Okay, consecutive feats. So when at the scene of crime, they will get any two consecutive footprints, so they can able to tell about the height of a person or probable sex of a person, like whether that person is suffering from some illness, anything. But such type of knowledge can also be given, but that knowledge is very ancient. It's given by the khojis. So khojis are from rural regions, okay, basically from Rajasthan. Okay, so they discover that thing ki, they will track the person, humans also and animals also. They can track the animals uh, with their hoof pattern, like their track marks. So with the help of these track marks, they are able to distinguish between animals and human also. So that system is very old and used by and prevalent in gait pattern analysis also. So the next thing is the Cotilian Penal Code. We have nowadays we have Bharatiya Danda Sahita, and that before that we have IPC, Indian Penal Code, and now we have at that time there is Cotilian Penal Code. So at that time they use Dand Neeti. Okay, so that is based his penal system on a complex interplay between monetary and physical punishment. Okay, he subscribed to a theory of maintenance of law and order by the government by punishment, which is known as Dandaniti. So everything is written in Dandaniti. They have described all the crimes. They have described the prescribed punishment. Okay, whether it is fine or whether it is a physical punishment. So government officials involved in any corruption were to be severely punished. Right now we can called as white collar criminals who, like with a good government position, with a good position, they commit a crime, okay, using their own position. So we are called them white collars criminals. At that time also, the punishment was very hard when the government official of kingdom is taking corruption and give wrong judgment or share any information which can harm the security of kingdom, which can manage the security of system. So at that time also the punishment was very severe for those persons. Okay. Okay. So, as described in Indian Penal Code, crime like causing miscarriage, assault, rape, homicide, or even state corruption were
clearly identified and their definition, and I already told that their separate punishment was prescribed by Chanakya. Chanakya prescribed everything in their Dandaniti, how you can do the procedure. Everything is mentioned in the procedure. Like we have CRPC, like how you can proceed to investigate a particular crime. We have that thing. At that time also we have Dandaniti. Everything is explained. Okay. In ancient India, employed intensive surveillance networks. Right now, we know that we can do surveillance. Why we are doing surveillance? To protect our state, to protect our place where we are staying. Surveillance is very important to prevent so many crimes like uh, kidnapping, sexual assault, and very important that some terrorist activities are there. So surveillance is very important. So right now also every night the police officer do patrolling. At that time also the guard of emperor is doing the surveillance whole night to know that what is happening in the state, that there is no gambling process, there is no particular crime against women, and very important कि there is no threat for the security of kingdom. Okay, even at that time the king is change their like roop badal ke apna, they go for the surveillance. Why they are doing such thing? To know the idea about a particular king, ki what the people is feeling about that king, ki what is their opinion about the king, to know that particular thing. They go, like if you watch that movie Bahubali, so Bahubali 2 mein it is there that is going to become a king. That person go and meet and greet the normal public of their kingdom to know about what is happening. Is there any crime? Is there? Is there what at that time they called sahukar? They are not taking extra taxes rather than the taxes implies by the state. So everything is mentioned at that time. We are just following it in a different manner. So in ancient time, we use surveillance network utilizing numerous spies for the internal monitoring and intelligence gathering and maintaining the uniform police for street surveillance and crime deterrence. So at that time also, to reduce the crime, to deter the crime, they can use the surveillance process. And everything is mentioned in their book, Arthashastra. We usually read that book to know what happened in the past, but in every field, it is there. Okay. So next is the crime investigation involves sophisticated techniques like interrogation, witnesses, using spy to verify statement, or even employing rudimentary forensic methods through the system also relied on public accountability within village and included elements of torture or and corporal punishment for confession and offenses. Somebody crime and did some unethical thing, important to effect. If some you give punishment, punishment. So such kind of thing is there. Okay, so at that time also investigating officer is there. He can investigate. That investigating officer is appointed. Right now we have examination. With the examination they are appointed. That time and the king will appoint a person who can record all the things and who can investigate and record the evidences and everything at that time. Okay. So I already told you that patrolling is very important for prevention of crime, like from keep the public away from thieves and antisocial elements. That is also very important. And right now also patrolling in the night, the main purpose of patrolling in the night to prevent you from the thieves and anti-social elements. Okay. And the Smriti, we know everyone knows about it, that mention about the art of secret intelligence. Okay. We have raw, we have IB, these are working very secretly to protect our country or to collect the intelligence to prevent the crime. At that time also they have intelligence services, they can gather information, is there any attack at that time to the country, to their, to on their king. So every intelligence they can gather that time also and right now also. Okay. So even we can talk about the Gupta's period. And that time also they have the officer, that is Dandikas. They were ranked as a higher police officers. Okay. So ranked, high ranked police officers. They can, that person is involved in the investigation process. At that time, they have right of self defense also. A person has a right to oppose or kill another, not only in self defense, but also in defense of women and weaker person who were not in position to defend themselves against the murderers. So we have self defense also. Like if someone is try to kill you, to in self defense you can protect yourself. Right? It is there also, but that is not there in our legal system. For protecting woman and weaker person you can kill someone. Okay. But in self defense you can fire someone. Okay. So next thing is, at that time also I already told all these things. That is, I can give you brief idea because you are not belongs to forensic science, so so much detailing is like hamper your head also. So the study of toxicology, the science of poison and their effect on living organism has evolved significantly over centuries, with root tracking back to ancient civilization. So one of the most important, like historically rich tradition is ancient Indian toxicology known as Vish Vedyam. Okay. And at that time also, that Tantra Vidya, Agada Tantra, at that time also it is prevalent. Superstitions were there. People commit crime due to superstition. Right now, we have such type of cases. The people is um, take bali of someone to fulfill their dreams. So at that time also, that tantra vidya was there. Okay. So their crime and their methodology is also mentioned in everything in their. Okay. Another thing is the transfer of secret writing messages among the officers, king, and statements. So even I will take the example of Mahabharat. Mahabharat, if you like see Mahabharat or studied Mahabharat, there is one thing. There was a case of arson. Arson is the deliberate setting of fire. If someone is deliberately setting fire. So there was a case when Pandava said send to some place by the Kauravas. So they make that particular place with lakh. That mahal they make with a lakh, with the intention to killing all the Pandavas. Okay. So what happened? There was Vidur. Vidur was very intelligent, like person in their kingdom. So he sent one mouse to Pandavas, and one like elder brother Yudhishthir, he understand that he is try to transfer some secret message with the help of this small animal.
And later on, they understood that this whole palace is made up of lac, and with like lac, when there is a fire, then there is a destruction of that particular palace. So they have to make some uh, hole to come out from the palace. So this mouse is act as a messenger, act as a secret messenger for them, and they created some hole and they come out from that palace. So at that time also they are exchanging the transferring the secret messages. Like they can even use invisible ink for creating secret messages, like invisible secret writing. Like they use saliva, they use blood, they use sorry, they use milk, okay, urine also, to write a secret message, and that secret message is give to someone, and they can just heat that particular paper, and that message is decipher. So they use that method. Steganography, which is very latest, like we are using this technique, steganography, not latest, but we are using. So at that time also they have steganography technique. So at that time what they use, numeric codes, Vedic numeric code they can use to uh, hide the message. Okay, so we have such type of technique at that time also we have. So I tell you this classical case of arson in Mahabharata, and they send secret message from with the help of that little mouse. Okay, camouflage is also one of the technique they can use for hiding ourselves. For hiding ourselves. Nowadays we have camouflage. We have our border security force. They are using this camouflage technique to hide themselves to protect our country. So at that time they also using these techniques for their concealment. Okay, the next thing is the security documents. So right now, we have currency note. So in currency note, we have so many security features. Okay, so like we have watermarks, we have threads, security threads. We have different languages on the note. We have Gandhiji as a watermark. So many security features are there. Their crankling sound is different, paper is different, dimension is different, everything is fixed and mentioned. Okay. At that time also they have security documents, like they use certain distinguished design, high quality paper, unique feature, like to deter conflicting. मतलब इन उनके भी जो भी evidences होते थे, जो भी security documents होते थे, whatever the documents, whatever the currency, they impose some security features. Okay, so for coin, basically security measures included intricate patterns, raised encryptions, standard size and weight. Okay, so and they can also use for the security. If you want to navigate from one state to another state, you have to use certain mudras. So they can mudra is as a identification mark. So they can check the mudras, give it, what is the size and weight, and whether the pattern is integrate is same or not. So they check all these things. Okay, so document is also very important. So they can use certain things like unique watermarks, paper making process. They have different, varies from state, like kingdom to kingdom, and use of high quality paper material. So these are the things. So this is the coin from the period of Chanakya. Okay, so they introduce certain things. They use integrate designs. They use raised features, different materials. The composition of particular material is fixed. Nowadays also, the coin
where the coin is made, their composition is fixed, their size is fixed, their weight is fixed. Okay, so with the help of that guidelines, we can match whether this is a counterfeiting coin or a genuine coin. Okay, likewise in document also, they have different things: unique watermarks, artistics and elements, high quality paper, signature and seal. Right now also, we can authenticate the particular document with the help of seal. That time also they can impose their seal. So whenever one document, important document transfer from one place to another place, they check the seal, whether the seal is correct or not. Then they can accept any message or any documents. Okay, so there is some I can just only tell you a simple story of this thing, because this is very elaborated topic: Indian knowledge in fingerprint science. So everybody knows about fingerprints. We are putting biometrics every day, so fingerprints are there. So fingerprints is very important because no two person have the similar fingerprints. Okay, even the monozygotic twins have different fingerprints. So it is a gold standard in forensic science. Okay, so these there were two Indians were there, Ajay ul Haq and Hemchandra Bose. So they invented certain classification system of in the field of fingerprints. Okay, I just only tell you a story in a brief. So what happened? They developed a classification system how to record fingerprints, right? But what happened when this system is come into picture? What happened when this system is come into picture? One of the scientists, who is Edward Richard Henry, okay, so he actually come in front of media, and media asked who invented this system, this classification system nowadays. We can record the fingerprints of criminal. Whenever the person is arrested by a police officer, they can record all the 10-digit fingerprints. That fingerprint system was discovered by these two Indian person, but the credit is goes to Henry. Henry was the IG in Bengal. Okay, so he tell to the media person, I invented this mechanism for classification and recording of fingerprints. So this system is named as Henry's 10-digit classification system. But the classification system is evolved and everything is done by these two Indians. What happened later on, they can do the correspondence that we actually evolved this system. We worked under Henry's, but we did very important role in development. Then later on, in very later stage in 1924, in 1924, they will get recognition that they have contributed, not evolved, they have contributed, and they will give a title of Khan Bahadur. Okay, so this Khan Bahadur write a letter to their official that I did so many things with all documentation. I evolved this method. I did so many things. These are the proofs. After that, the government Khan give the title Khan Bahadur and give a piece of land also as recognition, which is known as Zakir. Okay, so this was the contribution in the field of forensic science by the Indian scientist. Okay, like Indian knowledge and how role for like India recognized the British because um, they take all the honor and everything that they invented that particular
thing in fingerprints. But after that, in 1924, 1920s and 24, which is uh, very
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, PPT is visible, but we can't hear you. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, now I am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. You can ask question. Is somebody is asking something?
Ma'am, you said that, in those days also they used to follow some like a methodology to communicate each other, to send the messages
Yes,
urine and so many examples
yes,
you have given.
yes,
Ma'am,
yes,
one
yes.
thing like now people are following
Hmm.
innovative in the old methodology in forensic science.
Your voice is I'm not receiving your whole question. I got a little bit question.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah. Now you can see.
Yeah, yeah. In those days, you said that, to
Yes,
communicate each other, they followed many methods, and you have given some examples also.
yes,
Now, in this forensic science, like, they are following different methodologies, but we don't know because I'm not from science background, I'm arts background
yes,
student, like
yes,
faculty,
yes,
but I have seen movies like how they follow all the things that I know that one. Do you think that
yes.
forensic science people are innovatively going for research and to find out something? Are they
Hmm.
adopting old methodology to find out, or they're innovatively doing something to find out any problem?
No, 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 no. Like we have science. What is the purpose of today's lecture is to telling how forensic science is rich in ancient time.
Yes,
Nowadays,
ma'am.
nobody is using such type of method of exchanging messages like body fluids and anything.
Yes, ma'am.
But right now, they are using encrypted data, decrypted data, like morphed data. They are hiding some messages with photograph, so they can send this method. They can send such type of messages online. So we are using different methods to do decode such kind of hidden messages, and we have so many softwares to deal such type of offenses.
So methods are there. We are every day doing research in these methods also, and every day we actually what happened in the scene of crime. Every day we got a different crime. So we have a different challenges. Every day we have different challenges. So we are innovating our techniques. Techniques are old, but we are doing some invention in that techniques also. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Madhuri, ma'am. Gaurav, sir. Hello.
After Rango, you proceed for the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. A very good evening, everyone. Ma'am, we know that,
Yes.
for all the participants, who supported wholeheartedly, and definitely we should thank each and every person on behalf of all the participants as well as from the university and who is conducting, on this program through online and helping to all the participants. I thank you, and because I extend my heartful gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Neeti Kapoor, ma'am, for delivering such an insightful and thought-provoking lecture on Indian knowledge system in forensic science. Ma'am, your session has not only deepened our understanding of the subject, but also shown us and how the wisdom of IKS can be meaningfully integrated into modern forensic practices. We truly appreciate the clarity with which you connected traditional knowledge with contemporary applications, inspiring all the participants, to think in innovative and interdisciplinary ways. Your valuable insights will clearly, like, we can understand that one. Your insights will help us in exploring new dimensions of research and teaching and as well as practices. And thank you so much, ma'am, once again on behalf of all the participants.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting me.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you so much. And so sorry for that technical issues.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Thank you so much.